Hey, you guys, what's up? This is Andrew. Welcome to the Logic Only Zone and welcome to Logic Church. So I'm just going to kind of take my time with this one. We're just going to kind of jump into it. It's going to be really nonchalant. It's going to be not, really like lenient today. So anybody's welcome. I have some like things that I'm thinking about that we can talk about, and that'll be good. And so, don't know who's going to come. I've been gone for a while, so I do expect a much smaller audience, so maybe not too many people, but it'll be nice. It'll be a nice small gathering. So, yeah, and, I don't have a lot to say to introduce anything. I'm going to go mobile. I have my tablet here, so I'm going to be here for a while talking to you guys. And once I get tired of sitting down, I'm going to grab my tablet and go and sit on the couch. So, oh, just a second. I can hear myself. Okay, now I don't hear myself. Perfect. So we shall begin. Okay, so I do need to put the link in the description. There is an issue at hand, though. I do not quite remember how I was supposed to do it so that it worked. Okay, so I'm going to post it below and we'll see if it works. Let me know in the chat section. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I think somebody might remember how this works. We're supposed to like delete part of the link so that people can join. I'm trying to remember where it goes to. Ooh, it's not clear. Okay, I'm going to post it below and hopefully it works. And we'll see. Okay, I posted that below. Hopefully it works. Oh goodness indeed. Thank you, Alien Zen. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so the link's been posted. I have no idea if it's gonna work. I'm supposed to eliminate part of the URL, like I said. If anybody in the chat section remembers what you're supposed to delete the URL to, that would be awesome. Oh no, I've lost some of my skills. Oh great, it's working. So it works?
Whoa, I guess so. Can you hear me?
Awesome, yeah.
Oh, you can? Awesome.
Yeah. Right
All
on.
right.
How you doing?
It does work. I'm doing good. How are you? Long time no hangout.
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
Good, good.
Anything interesting going on? Any cool stuff?
With me, I don't know. I'm just hanging. Well, yeah, there is with my job, but I mean, I'm going through a transition period, but I don't know what's going to happen yet, so I can't really talk about it. So we'll see.
Totally. Yeah, I might be looking into different work too, or yeah. I don't know. Yeah, like something a little more introverted.
Yeah, that makes sense. Teaching is like all extroverted. I don't know how I feel about that. But then again, this job that I have right now, I've been in an office every
Oh, David, I don't know what just happened, but there was like this crazy scratching sound. Sorry. Let me go to my control panel here and see if that's gone. Oh wait. Okay.
Okay. Anything going on?
We're okay now. I don't know what that was. It's a crazy sound. Okay. So I know there's more people watching, so they should join. I expect a pretty small group of people today. Hey, David, you're okay now. I can unmute you. There you go.
I'm okay now?
Wait. I don't know what happened. What's going on, man?
What does it sound like now?
Like a fan. Like there's some fan
Yeah,
blowing on you.
that's my computer fan. Hold on, I gotta plug in my microphone. I was just hoping
Okay.
it wasn't the thing that was causing
There we go.
problems.
There we go.
Does it sound normal now?
Yeah, now you're fine. Totally.
Whew, okay, man.
I'm gonna invite Skillin. Let's see.
I was
Go
hoping
ahead.
my microphone wasn't going out completely. I liked your list that you already have up for all the topics and stuff. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's an ambitious list.
I think Gary talks about. I always talk about what Gary talks about because when he says things, I'm like, what? Gary makes fun of people who are like Gaian, people who think like there's something beyond just the nature, like there's some kind of guiding instinctual force to nature that's relevant or important, or like
The guy in mind.
yeah, some kind of thing going on. Because it's strange how if you look in every animal class, like mammals and reptiles and all of this, you see, well, not so much in reptiles, but in mammals you see some behavior where they group together and stuff like that, and they do really well. Actually, mammals' most powerful trait is their family bonds, the fact that they band together, and that's what makes mammals strong. But why do they know to do that? And then how come some mammals are predatory? And so like it's the environment, but
band together.
Yeah, like why does that have to be a technique? You know?
Why can't they just go it alone and be a bunch of loners?
Yeah, and sometimes they do that, but when they go as a loner, they become kind of predatorial over time.
Yeah, probably because they have to just to survive.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, I think the easy answer is just because like you got to band together to survive in most environments. But I think technology is making it so that maybe humans are not going to have to do that as much as we used to in the future. Man, we'll become so independent. I'm kind of looking forward to it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Social interactions will become much more like controlled and purposeful, because we won't have to like go to the store to get stuff and like interact with people that way just to survive. We'll be able to just sit in our little apartments and have Amazon drones come down and deliver everything we need to us. That'll be nice. I like that. Shopping's a waste of time.
Yeah, but I guess, yeah. I'm kind of noticing how like our community is really like archetyped. People who have position and power in the community, they kind of like create programs and stuff, and the kids are really guided through these programs and things like that to create like this false sense of unity. But
yeah,
go ahead.
So you think maybe that kind of stuff will go away as we become more sort of independent? Like, yeah, like the whole schooling is just basically to protect us from dumb people. Isn't that the whole reason that we fund schools, is like so that people don't grow up and hurt us? So
Yeah.
like, I don't know. Yeah, maybe if once we're all safe in our little our little communes, our little isolated communes, and we know everyone, like we've decided we want to live with these people, then we'll be okay. And with people learning, schooling however they want to school. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
totally.
then there'll always be people that can't afford to live in their little communes. So that'll be a problem. There'll still be cities where people are like forced to grow up. I guess that's the only reason that we fund public schools? Come to think of it, maybe that is.
Yeah, I think it is. And like you'll notice the kids have this natural instinct to conflict with each other, and there's also a natural instinct for privilege. Just with the mere illusion of privilege, you can have these things based on how you act or how you are.
Give an example of that.
Like for example, I created a TA system, or a teacher's assistant system, where if the kids follow basic rules like raising your hand and stuff, then they don't have to ask anymore. So it's like if you can show that you can handle the rules, then you don't have to follow the rules, And so they want that privilege.
Just giving them rewards. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the whole like kids like fighting with each other in schools and stuff, it's just because they're all being forced to be like confined to this building. That's most of the problems in schools are just because you're forced to be there. It's just like prison. That's why I like all these alternative systems like the Sudbury model and like other democratic school systems.
Yeah, me
Like the
too.
kids are just having fun. They don't because they have like a say in the rules and stuff.
Yeah,
So I mean they have to be there. Like their parents are driving them there and dropping them off, but still they have they have a say in like I mean they can fire teachers if they want to. Like they
right.
really have a lot of say, so they're happy because they have control over the environment that they're forced to be in. But most schools are just like not like that. It's depressing. That's why no one likes them.
I wonder how much privilege they do have to just fire teachers. Don't you have to be like written up a bunch of times or something? Isn't it like a
In a like a democratic school, no, well they have like they have school meetings and
oh yeah,
all of the students and faculty all have one vote. It's all equal. So if there are more students than teachers, which there usually are, and all of the students wanted to fire a teacher for some reason, then they could vote on it and get rid of a teacher,
yeah,
which is pretty cool. But scary, I guess, scary if you want to work there as a teacher. Well, not really, because you just have to know that you are there to serve them. So if they don't like you, then they can get rid of you. I like that
right.
model.
Right, and I guess one thing that troubles me about the way we run our system is we run in a really emotionless, cold way. So you can't express yourself, and you can get in trouble for expressing yourself. Like if I talk about how my feelings are hurt by some experience that I'm having or something, like people see this as like a weakness. It's weird how people interact with each other in those sort of competitive environments. And these hierarchies and stuff, you know.
Yeah, and the grades and stuff I think causes lots of problems at the younger ages too. I don't know if you've seen this or not.
Yeah.
But, like just separating people into grades, because I know like a Montessori system and the other democratic schools, they just put them all in one classroom so that the younger kids can like learn from the other kids. It's not like a competitive thing, and they don't define themselves by their grades, and they're not only hanging out with people in their own grade. Like that creates a lot of all the like us versus them and
Yeah.
stuff, and
Yeah, it's not together.
yeah. It's stupid because the real world isn't like that. So but maybe it is a little bit because we grew up in that system of thinking we can only hang out with people of our own age. But I don't know, maybe if we didn't have that grade system in the real world, people would feel more comfortable like mingling with people that aren't like them.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to
Could
see.
be.
Why is True Talk
What's up, True?
muted?
What's going on? Thank you for inviting me to the church. Man, I was wondering what happened. I had to stop in. I had to say hello. I'm not going to take up too much of your time, good sir. I'm not going to be able to stay this whole time. I got my little boy. If you still are on 2 hours from now, I will be back on. But I was wondering what the hell am I going to be doing on Sundays? The church was gone. I'm like, what the hell? Where's the church? I'm like, oh, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do on Sundays now. I have no more logic. You know, I might not be on every single time you throw one, but buddy, you throw some awesome hangouts. I love every single person that comes into your, because when you throw something like Logic Church, people tend to think more logically. I love the topic already. I already took up too much of your time. Thank you for having me. And I'm going to be sharing this on Google+. David, you are a handsome man. Don't let you think that I'm gay because I said that. I am not. You are a handsome man. You are a handsome man. Logic, you're a handsome man too. Everyone, enjoy these guys. Peace out.
See ya. You can stay, but.
Well, I got the kids, so you know,
right.
I gotta be a man, you know.
Take care of them children's.
All right.
Yeah.
We know how that is.
Yeah.
We ever
you guys take it easy.
See ya.
See ya. Oh man. So David, it's gonna be you and me.
Man, I wish I could interact with that guy more, because I get invitations to his hangouts all the time, and I don't really know what they're about, and they're always at odd times. So, but I need to go to one of his hangouts.
Yeah.
Is he like a MGTOW dude? Is that what he does? I don't know.
Yeah, he does like MGTOW stuff, and he does hangouts on Tuesday. He did a lot of different stuff. Like he did like top 30 favorite movies and things like that. So
Okay.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah, just some general fun stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's early though. People will start coming in like 15 minutes, you know. That's what it always happens. Is like it takes like
Yeah.
30 minutes for everyone to be like, "Oh yeah." It's
Oh,
all
that's
gone
right.
Yeah, to YouTube and see that there's an event that they agreed to come to.
Yeah. Let's see. I think I might already go mobile. I got my tablet here, so I'm gonna see if I
Go
can-
mobile.
Yeah.
What are you doing there?
So I'm gonna set it up, and then I'm just gonna walk around and do my hangout.
Ah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Where are you
so
gonna walk?
I'll just cruise around my apartment here.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
cool. That's cool.
If I can figure out how to do it.
Guided tour.
This is my shower. This is where all the action takes place.
We get to see the literal logic zone. This is his zone. It's where it all happens.
The magic.
All
It's
the,
the magic place.
all the magic.
Oh, if I can figure out how to do it. I don't know. Whatever. We'll try later.
It's pretty easy. You just go to your Hangouts app and you click on the
Yeah.
Hangout that you're in, and it just I accidentally got like I was at work the other day and there was some Hangout invitation that I got and I accidentally got booted into it. All of a sudden I was in a Hangout with like 12 people and I was at work. I was like, how do I get out of this? My phone froze. I couldn't get out of it. It was
Get me out of here.
I know. It was such a tragedy. No one else was in the office though, so it was okay.
Oh no. Oh man, could you imagine like if one of your videos started playing and you couldn't stop it and everybody's listening and
That's like my nightmare. That's like one of
yes.
my nightmares.
Yeah, I have to like make sure I lock and block all my stuff so nobody can see it. Free thinker alert, look out. The thought police are walking around. Look out.
Gosh, that's why I really want to get a job where I can just not worry about that at all. Where it's literally just people do not care what I do on the side. They don't care who I am as a person. They just care the product that I deliver. And
Yeah.
as long as I can deliver that product, then they're totally okay with me. That would be the
Totally.
dream job. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean like I'm afraid to use the S word now. S word is stupid. I'm that's
They
stupid.
don't like that.
They don't like that word.
What?
You're not allowed to say stupid at school.
Oh,
Can't use that word.
it offends the stupid kids.
I guess.
You're offended by that word, like
But they know
But
they're
you're already
stupid. That's why they're offended.
that doesn't make sense.
I don't understand.
I like that's why I like substitute teaching because you're just in and out. Like it doesn't
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Like they don't really remember you.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hi, bye.
Yeah.
Oh, I did a piss poor job today. Oh well.
It doesn't matter. What are you gonna do? Fire me? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm out. I'm not coming back.
And don't you have those days where the kids are just out of control for no reason?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They know that you're a sub and they're gonna do whatever they want. I had a kid that cut his finger open when I was substituting for a shop class, like an engineering class.
Whoa.
And there was blood all over the floor, and and I was like, as long as you don't tell anybody, then I will not tell anybody either. Because I was like, you need to go to the nurse's office or something, get that bandaged up. And they just laughed. They just laughed at me, of course. And so I was like, all right, well, as long as you clean up the blood, and I'm not going to tell anybody. That's how we did it. And it worked out. So there were no permanent injuries, I don't think. It just bled a lot. There was like there was just a trail of blood on the floor when I went into the little shop. I was like, what the heck?
That's like a teacher nightmare. You know,
Yeah.
we live in a constant state of fear, worrying like, okay, we gotta make sure everything's okay. Gotta follow all the rules.
Parents can sue and all that stuff. So even though it was them
yeah.
that were recklessly using the, and they were like 11th graders, so they know better.
Yeah. Oh, and
they're not stupid.
here's a funny story. So a parent was all upset because their kid's face was a little bit red, and so they're like, "Aren't you guys supposed to put sunscreen on our children's faces?"
Really?
And he was arguing like hardcore. He was really angry that his kid's face was a little bit red. And so it's
Oh my
like, wait, you want me to put sunscreen on your kid's face?
Oh, that's so dumb.
We can't even have Advil, or we can't even have Tylenol at work. And you want me to
Oh.
like take a bunch of like stuff and put it on your
Yeah.
kid's face? Then what if your kid gets some sort of like cancer on his face or something? Then it's my fault because I didn't rub it in right.
Yeah, you didn't do it right. Or you get it in their eye or something, you know?
Yeah, get in their eye. Yeah.
Eye infection. I don't know. They swallow some of it. Like, it's your fault. Oh, it's so dumb.
Public schools have too many problems, man.
Ideally, like, what in your ideal society, how would education happen?
I think people should be required to express how they feel about stuff. I think that we shouldn't, because now it's all based on like words and things, like what words are being used. Because here's the thing, I have an inkling that communication is mostly tone. So when I'm communicating, I'm using tones to express my feelings, like a roller coaster kind of thing. And if I use low tones, you're gonna get kind of like a low tone feeling, or I'm gonna be like tired. It's a low tone. Or if I'm up like this, I'm super excited. Let's be excited, kind of stuff, right? So that's communicating more than the actual words that I'm using. Do you see? So I think like, whoa. So I'm thinking like that's really important. And so those sort of things should be required. Like people should be thinking about, well, how are we actually talking to each other? You know? So like if a parent is
required to do that, how would that work?
What I mean is like we should be focusing on those sort of elements to the conversation and how things are done. Because like a lot of teachers are walking around super depressed and they're like, hey guys, hey kids.
Yeah, that should be part of teacher training. Yeah, they never really talked about that.
Yeah,
that's what's so dumb. Like we never had a class where it was like, this is a workshop on how to actually get up in front of a class and deliver a message. Like that was never a class. It was always just curriculum stuff. I mean, that's all it was. But I mean, if I were teaching and if I were trying to teach teachers how to teach, that would be the class. Is like, it would be basically a public speaking class. And like, you know, there would be some lessons where people would pretend to like act out and like disobey and stuff. And you would get to actually practice how to control a classroom and keep everything calm and, you know, stop conflicts from happening. And like you said, like using your voice to control, you know, and stuff like that. I don't know. We never learned any of that.
Yeah.
but so in your ideal society, it would still have the same, like, it would still have the same setup and everything. Like people would still be forced to go to schools and stuff.
Well, complete and utter transparency and honesty by everybody. The whole program should be very well established and known. Like the way things are run, people who aren't in schools, non-teachers and non-kids, they have no idea what's happening. They have no idea what's happening. And when teachers come into that kind of work, they don't even, they don't tell you anything on how to do it. You have to figure it all out. And I just don't understand. Haven't we had schools for decades? So why do we not already have an established method that everybody knows and everybody's aware of and everybody can do? I don't get it.
Just for teaching?
Just for teaching in general and like running classrooms and group management and stuff like that.
Yeah, because so much of it is legal, I guess. And so most of teacher like training is just learning all the laws that you can't break and all the ethical situations that you could get into and stuff and all the curriculum. And it's basically just about laws now. Like most of teacher training is just laws. Ugh.
Yeah, like I had a couple of kids in the field with their shoes off and they're just running around without their shoes. It's like, all right, that's okay. They can put them back on. I'll make sure they put their shoes back on. And a teacher comes over to me and just to tell me that the kids can never have their shoes off at school. Yeah. And it's like, come on, you know, like don't be ridiculous, you know? You know what I'm saying?
School
it's just too much.
like we should try to make school as close to the actual world as possible, you know,
Yeah.
and still like create an environment where people can learn. So
Right.
I don't know. That's why I like all the other kind of alternative models. But maybe in an ideal society, it would be small communities, I guess, who
Yeah.
like the whole community was somehow involved in the schools, like had some contact with the school, even if they didn't have kids or anything. You know, they would do something, like they would know about the school and like how it functions and stuff. And teachers would be paid well.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they would get like regular, you know, actual training on how to teach. And but all the parents would still be responsible for their children's education, you know, like they have to work, you know, they'd still have to work, but they would still be more responsible than parents are now, where they can
Yeah.
literally just like drop their kids off every day and forget about them.
And
Yeah,
that's
it would just
what
be,
they do too.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it's because everyone's working. Gosh, families are just
It's a bad
all,
system.
all about that money.
Yeah.
Because I think most people would care about their kids if they didn't have to go out and earn money all day,
Yeah.
and spend all their time earning money to maintain a family.
Yeah, and it's too lucrative for women to have children, so they just do it, you know.
It's too lucrative.
Yeah,
Like-
like you can get a lot out of having a child with
Yeah.
a man.
Oh, you just
Yeah.
mean like social status and
So yeah,
yeah. all that legal stuff. That
right.
yeah. I guess so. I don't want kids. It's just so complicated, and so I don't want to. Have you heard someone like showed me this, like a link to this Wikipedia page the other day that was about a philosophy, all these philosophers that are basically saying that the value of life is actually negative, and so it's better to not. That's why it's actually moral not to have kids. It's ethical not to reproduce.
Yeah,
Because the value of, I wish I remembered what it was called. It was, you know, it was like a something or anti something, biogenesis. I don't know what it was, but yeah, I don't know what I think about that. I think that's kind of what I was thinking before I even heard about this school of thought. But I don't know. Do you feel like you fall into that camp too?
well, here's the issue. So what's occurring is the worst among us are establishing the system and maintaining the system through the stuff like, okay, so the people who are going to do the best in our system are people who can follow all the rules, keep an illusion of an image, and micromanage people's behavior without any moral concern for it, with just focusing on following the rules and keeping things safe in a sort of a sociopathic way. So those are going to be the people who do the best. And so that's how everything's going to be set in stone for the most part. And then the trouble is, intelligent people are like, well, this is a shitty place. Why would I want to bring kids into this? And so the trouble is, so intelligence and moral people are basically becoming extinct in the process.
Yeah.
Because of natural selection. We don't fit with it. I don't fit to the mold to some degree, so I won't have children because it's like, well, I don't want another one of me in this world. This is not a place for people like me. You know, generally speaking, because I like to be. I want to be a good person. I don't want to be a bad person. That sucks, you know.
Yeah.
So this is an issue, and so we need like a drastic change in culture. We need a place for good people. You know,
we need a place for good people. Yeah.
For people. Okay, so you have in the mammal kingdom, you have your fruit bats and you have your lions. Okay, we need, the lion's doing well over here. The fruit bats, they're doing great over here. So where's my fruit bat place?
Where my fruit bats at?
Where my fruit bats at?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's why eventually maybe we'll go back to a bunch of like the big countries. Governments will actually become more splintered, and we'll go back to like having just a bunch of separate states that have like very different laws, and so you can choose where you want to live based on how the laws are actually set up, if you agree with them or not. And so
Yeah.
you would have like a closer community of people who are more similar to you.
Yeah.
Because there wouldn't be like a federal government kind of keeping everything uniform. So like, yeah, you'd move to where you actually like have similarities to the other people living in that area.
Right.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, well, and it's pretty clear. It's pretty obvious that we should do it. I mean, that's how nature functions. You know, like,
Yeah.
you know, it grows till it does well in a specific fashion. You know, lions have this particular instinct, and they've lived under this sort of environment, and so they have these inclinations, and they have this form. And then, you know, fruit bats, they live a more relaxed lifestyle. They just fly around, hang out with their friends, and eat fruit, and they preserve the environment. They don't waste. They strategize to keep their food sources and maintain their environment. You know,
Fruit bats
that's
are pretty cool. I didn't know anything about fruit bats. They
yeah.
sound like
Now
a
you know.
cool species.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, every once in a while, you know, if somebody kills one of them, you know, like, you know, you get some bird of prey or something taking them out or whatever. But there's so many of them, it doesn't really matter. So, yeah.
Yeah,
But
the only problem with doing that is just making sure that, well, whoever is born into, like, what if you had a really horrible state that was, I don't know, like super conservative Christian or something, or like really, really like fundamentalist, like Muslim, and you got we'll just like pick a Middle Eastern state, like, and like you have the kids growing up there, they get their, you know, I'm just their genitals mutilated before they have a choice, and then they grow up, and you know, they're just growing up in this horribly repressive society, and they don't have like a chance to move. So like they can't move. So that would be the only problem with that. That's the only value in having like a federal government that's looking out and saying, like, making sure that everyone has just the basic rights, you know, and then besides those basic rights and protections, the states can decide to do whatever they want. But maybe you still have to have some kind of overseer that's like just making sure you guys don't get too crazy, you know, with whatever you're doing with kids who don't have a choice of like moving. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a balance.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's hard with humans because humans, we're not attached to our environment. We can go anywhere, and we can do unimaginable things. Whereas animals, they just function. And so you can have your fruit bats, you can have your lions in separate places and living in different ways, even though they're both mammals, you know?
Yeah. I'm just thinking about kids like that can't like control where they're born. So that becomes
totally.
a problem.
Yeah.
That becomes the value of having some even global new world order. No, but like some kind of global where everyone wherever they live can like contribute to this body of people that is deciding very basic rights that everyone on the globe should have, and very basic protections that everyone should have. I guess it would just be more if it was all positive laws saying things that everyone needs to have rather than negative laws like we prohibit you from doing these things, then it would be okay. I don't know. Well, but I mean, religious people wouldn't like it because they'd say, hey, you're not allowed to do that.
There's fascism.
Why don't you do that?
We like our fascist laws already. We don't want fair fascism.
Can't let queers get married. You know, like, I mean, they would, you know, that wouldn't work for them, but
yeah, we're trying to like ease our people off of stuff by trying to do stuff like make gay marriage legal. You know, it's like, okay, if gay marriage is legal, maybe what you be reading right there ain't so correct. You know, you plant the seeds of doubt a little bit here and there. That kind of seems what's going on. I don't know.
Oh, you think that's like a liberal agenda? Like, yeah.
I think it's all right. Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of is. That's why I don't know, like I've been running into these I think they're called neo-traditionalists on YouTube that are pretty. I was in like a hangout with ex-Caladoc, and he brought like two of these people on a couple weeks ago, and there's this whole school of thinking of like these people that basically they grew up, they were kind of like what our mindsets are right now, And then they started seeing the ridiculousness of liberalism. And so they're going in the opposite direction, and they're going like neoconservative almost, but in a more like, I guess, nuanced, intelligent way. Like they're super intelligent conservatives, basically. Super intelligent, non-religious conservatives. It's really weird. Like if you watch, let's see, I'll try to find these two people that I've been watching. I think one is it the Truth Will Set You Free? I don't know. Let me find it.
Okay.
But yeah, like, I don't know. I guess there's a whole group of them, but I only was introduced to these two people. But yeah, it's really strange. I've never thought about this before. I don't really like it. I think they're romanticizing the past, but
yeah.
there's a lot of, yeah. Go ahead.
In terms of like politics, this is what I think. Okay, so it goes like this. Free your mind. Do you not have value? Do I not have value? Let's find a way for our value to be together and for us not to hurt each other and help each other. That's what I think. And so like all of these like factions and stuff like that, I'm totally against it all because it disqualifies my value as a person by labeling something as something else. A conservative. You're not a conservative. You're not a liberal. You're a human being.
Yeah,
first.
I agree. I totally.
People forget that. Yeah. Anyway,
I'm totally behind that. Yeah. Exactly what you just said. Labels are where it gets just silly.
Yeah.
You can look at something going on in the world and say like, I disagree with that, or like I agree with that, but I don't know. Labels are not worth. People think that they're valuable because it's like a shorthand, like it's easy to summarize a bunch of beliefs into a label, but I don't think the cons outweigh the pros.
Right, because we have a natural inclination to devalue things if they're not sentient. And if you're a conservative or a liberal, let's pretend I'm a conservative. Mm-hmm. If I'm a conservative, liberals to me aren't human beings. They're fragmented people.
Yeah.
And if I'm a liberal, then that's what we do. We dehumanize.
Liberalism is a mental disorder. Yeah.
Yeah, we dehumanize people through those methods. So.
Yeah. Have you ever listened to talk radio, like conservative talk radio?
Yeah, they're batshit crazy.
Do y'all have that in California? Do y'all have that out there?
Yeah. Y'all have that?
Okay. Yeah. Okay, good. Okay. Making sure, because it's popular here. I love to just tune in every once in a while just to get a kick out of it. Like to who are the people that like who's the big one? Rush Limbaugh. Yeah. Rush Limbaugh, Sean Hannity. They're so entertaining because they really do believe, well, some of them do, some of them don't. But like the people like Rush Limbaugh, like I think he really believes that. Mm-hmm. Like he's just been in this mindset for like so many years. He really believes that liberal people are like mentally like lesser than him, and they're just lost in this confusion that like he sees the truth clearly, and he just doesn't understand why these other people can't see the truth. Whenever you start thinking like that, that's where it's, I don't know.
Right,
but silly. But which I think like that too sometimes. So I don't know.
Yeah, but David, what about his mansion? That's got to be that can't be a sign of his illegitimacy.
Oh yeah. Definitely, the more dollars you have,
makes you more right. More money you have, the more right you are. Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Money makes right.
So it's money makes right. Yeah, it's clear. It's pretty clear.
Yeah, I should have known that already. Oh, and then the opposite view is no money makes right. No money makes right.
No money makes right. Yeah. Poverty, like poverty is just is moral or something. You're more moral if you're poor or something.
Yeah.
I guess I've seen that in certain people too. Oh, they're both silly.
Yeah, it's all silly.
What if nobody was allowed to tell anybody else how much money they had? Like what if like everyone just kept that totally secret? I guess besides you'd see it, I guess, depending on where they lived and stuff. But yeah, that's kind of dumb. Never mind. I take that back because you would tell. Everyone would know.
Yeah. Well, geez, man, we pretty much talked about life, I think. So
yeah, summed it up.
Yeah.
All these people in the chat need to man up and woman up and get in here.
Yeah, we got to
I'm
move
talking to
on.
you. I'm talking to you, Gung Ho Jihad, Grass Officer,
Yeah,
Athena, Alien Zen, Carpo 719,
that's right.
Brent Hines. I'm just gonna keep scrolling up and calling people out.
Yeah. You guys are all like hiding in the shadows.
The true awesome face Pope. Gotta stand behind your beliefs.
Yeah.
Hannity. Oh, someone said something about Rush does too much cocaine. Yep.
It should be known that I realize my inability to have any actual effect in reality on the actual social and cultural system. So as a result, I just accept it and embrace it and become one with it because we have to survive. Yeah.
You're not gonna change. We all have our influence in our little spheres, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's good. This is good for mental health, though. You have to be able to bounce things off of people. If you just have a bunch of thoughts in your head and you can't share it with anyone, it kind of makes you feel a little crazy, you know?
Yeah, I'll admit I use podcasts and YouTube videos as substitutes for actual social interactions. I do that all the time. It makes me feel like at the end of the day, like I've been socializing and talking, like bouncing ideas off, but I've just been listening to recordings.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm still gonna get that hooded robe. Haven't gotten it yet.
I've got it since you've been gone. I've invested in one of these. It was like $50 on Amazon.
Are you wearing it?
Yeah, these things are awesome. Yes, it's so worth it. This is the one that I think this was the one I was showing you when we were in that last hangout, the one we were looking at.
Yeah.
Man, it's awesome. This is all I wear now. Like I did what I said I was planning on doing. Like when I'm in my apartment, this and boxers are what I'm wearing. These are my clothes. And like laundry is so much easier because I don't have like all these ridiculous clothes that I've been wearing.
Yeah, totally.
I put on, regular clothes when I go out into the world, but besides that, I wish I could just wear the robe out into the world. Maybe one day when I'm like independently wealthy, I'll just be able to wander out in the world without fear of other people. Is that like I feel like that's the only reason that I have any anxiety of other people. I don't know how you feel about that, but like,
yeah,
it's because I still feel like if I'm rejected, then that's going to be dangerous for my well-being.
Yeah, well, it is in a way. But okay, so when it comes to coordinated activity, like work or something, that's true. But when it comes to like people in public and the grocery store, you can literally wear anything in public and nobody cares. I've done all kinds of social experiments. Yeah. Wearing like weird clothes and like playing music. Like if you play a little music, not too loud, but everybody around you can hear, and you just walk around, nobody cares. Especially if it's good. If it's good music, nobody will care.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, but if I went to Walmart in a robe, I don't know if I could do that. Yeah.
Yeah, but doesn't everybody? Have you seen what people wear at Walmart?
Yeah, sometimes, but it's different. Like I know a certain Walmart I could go to in town and probably nobody would bat an eye. No, that's not really true. The South, I don't know if it's just here in Alabama or something, but like people are very self-conscious. Like there is like a fashion thing. Just, I don't know what it is, but people seem very conscious of everyone's appearance. Women put makeup on to go, to the grocery store. Like, I don't know. I think it's a very Southern thing because we still have this community and like politeness and stuff. Like it would be impolite of you to go out in public and not be presentable or something. I don't know. It's so dumb.
Yeah, but don't you get a rush out of rejecting their normality?
Yes.
Like
sort of.
Yeah.
I can. Yeah. Sometimes I do get a rush out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it is fun to like, even if you get like weird looks sometime, it's kind of like,
yeah,
but you have to be really confident in what you're doing. So.
Yeah, totally. And if somebody might actually say something to you, and then you have to have like a clever response ready to go.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm not good at those. I'm not good at the clever responses.
do you feel, so what happens? Do you feel like if I were to say something to you, would you just feel like running away, or
Yep.
you'd be like,
Yep.
I'm gonna run away?
If it were a video game, like, and I could just like delete you or like, just whatever, that's what I would do. I'd be like, nope, signing off. I'm shutting the laptop.
And
Yeah.
block button.
Yeah, you can't do that in real life though. Or it'd be like, what is that? What's that web chat roulette? It'd be like I would just skip to the next person. Like, oh, they're having a bad reaction to me. I'm just gonna skip.
Yeah.
But in real life, you're just stuck there staring at the person, and they're like waiting for a response, and I don't know.
But you know what? I think this is all natural stuff to be doing. If you think about like animals who live in the jungle, they spend a lot of time developing in terms of being like beautiful and developing colors and ways to attract the opposite sex and this kind of a thing. So like it's natural to feel compelled to want to be a little different, or like be a little authentic, or do something to get people's attention, not necessarily for like reproduction, but like we have this natural tendency when we are in an environment where we sustain, we don't have to look for food. We like do other stuff, and this is something we do, you know? You know what I mean?
I feel like sometimes though, if a few people did it, if a few people were like, nope, like we're not gonna care. If there was a movement that started of just a small group of people would have to start it. We're like, we're not gonna care what we wear in public. We literally don't care. Like clothes are totally just what we want to wear. And
that's what I do anyway.
If people just started doing that and it became like a movement, I think everyone wants to do that. Everyone secretly wants to just go out in public in their underwear, and like not care what other people think. But they can't because they're afraid of the other people. And so we're just all like looking at each other, like waiting for someone to like start doing it.
But I wonder if this is a clothing conspiracy. Like, like
it's the clothing industry, yeah.
Yeah, they want us to wear their shit. They don't want us to wear hooded robes everywhere.
That's it. Yeah. That's what it is. God. I would though. I would just wear one. Isn't that the most practical thing? Like one before fashion, like rewind back to early humans. They just wore, isn't that the most practical? Like you have one piece of clothing. It might not be a robe. It might be like overalls or something, or a jumpsuit that you just zip up, and like that is your clothing that protects you from the cold. It protects you from the cold and the bugs and whatever you're sitting on and touching. And
it's gold. It's gold.
Why?
Yeah. Zip up, gold jumpsuit.
Just for fashion? No, that's fashion. We're rejecting fashion.
Oh, right.
It could be whatever color you actually wanted it to be. Or if you didn't care, like mine would probably be brown. I don't know why I like that. It would just be wooded brown, and I would go out into the world, and that's my jump every day. And then you wash it when it gets dirty, and you go out and you buy a new one when it gets worn out. I don't know.
Maybe I will start wearing like robes and stuff. Maybe I'll wear like a Jedi style robe, but make it not like appear so Jedi. So it's a little like offhand Jedi kind of a look.
My robe's pretty Jedi, I have to say. I don't think Jedis had pockets on their robes though. So
it's even better.
I have a lightsaber pocket if I really need it, and yeah, it's nice. I have walked out like onto my porch in my robe, and I'm sure my neighbors or whatever see, but I don't care. They don't care.
Oh man!
If I could convince myself that like literally all these people's opinions can have no effect on me, which I think maybe as technology progresses. First of all, I need a good solid job, and then like source of income. And once I get that, and I'm secure in that, and technology progresses to where I don't need other people's opinions to get the stuff that I need to survive. To buy the stuff, then that's all. And then from there, I can literally just be totally do like whatever I want to be, and the people who like that will want to interact with me, and the people who don't will not. So I don't know.
Well, yeah, and I mean, like I was saying, I'm more of a fruit bat, and I don't really want to hang out with lions. You know what I mean? Like I'm a fruit bat, and I'm just chilling out, and there's a lion right here, and I'm just like, man, that lion's gonna eat me, man. That lion, it's gonna eat me. I see those teeth. I know what's going on. I know that lion's not very safe. But the lion just keeps pretending I'm like he is. And I'm like, lion, what's up with you, man? You think I'm not lying? I'm a fruit bat, dog. You know?
A
And
lion, they want you to believe that you're a lion or something.
like how like humans are so different. We have like
Yeah.
if you look at us, we have really mixed characteristics. We're not all meant to be chilling with each other. You know? You know what I mean?
Hmm.
We're
Yeah,
really
maybe.
mixy. You know? So like
We're cliquish. Yeah. We
yeah.
like our little cliques.
Yeah, I want to hang with my people. I don't want to hang out with like, you know what I mean. I don't want to, you know what I mean. I want to hang out with my people. You know what I
I
mean.
feel it.
You feel
you.
me?
Yeah. Oh
All right.
man.
Know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Oh man,
Yeah.
man, we need more people in here.
I know. Goodness.
We're like having to talk about crazy things to get by.
Come on.
Let's see.
Come on, people.
Okay, maybe we should threaten them. We're going to go off live if you guys don't join.
Yeah.
We'll threaten them. We'll use our power against them. Okay, let's see.
Alien. But see, none of all these people are chatters. They're the chatters. I'm labeling them. They're the chat boxers, and that's just how they are. We can't change their nature.
Okay, so then, David, how do we embrace the unknown?
Okay,
Embrace the unknown.
let's do this. Let's tackle these issues. What do you? Well, we just relax, I guess.
Yeah.
What made you put that topic as part of your topics?
Because here's the thing. So in life, when you're making choices or you're choosing a direction, you have an infinite number of possibilities. You can go in any direction. There's a lot of choices that you can have. There's a lot of skills you can develop, and there's a lot of stuff going on. So it's hard to choose a direction because of the unknown. But you kind of just have to say, fuck it, and just choose one and just go at it. That's what it seems to be. And go ahead.
Oh, it just reminded me of existentialism. I was watching a video recently about that. I'm like, that's pretty much existential angst, where you like see all the possibilities and they're overwhelming and it causes anxiety and depression or whatever, or hopelessness or nihilism. But you just have to, I don't know, existentialism is all about, I guess, just realizing like you are totally just taking ownership of your choice and just, but why I sort of like nihilism better is because it's like, well, I mean, really it doesn't really matter that much which choice you pick. So it's not a big deal. Just go ahead and go with one and follow it as far as it makes you happy. And then as soon as you're not happy, then try to figure out an exit strategy so you can go and try something different, but try not to get stuck, I guess. And that's why I'm like really resistant to getting stuck into choices.
Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we really are never stuck in choices. I'm thinking like relationships or jobs or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because we really aren't, because we can always like get up and move and go do something else. But it's because we value other people's opinions of us, we don't do that stuff.
Yeah.
But we are free to like, we are literally like, we're more free than we think we are. Like I can, like right now I could get up and smash my computer and walk outside into my robe and get in my car and drive to California. Like I could do anything that I want to right now. Like, and I can do a lot right now. I can go to the bank and withdraw enough money to buy a plane ticket to, to fly to wherever, so like there's so much that we can actually do, but we forget how much we can actually do. And we think we have all these obligations, social obligations and stuff that we have to please all these people.
Right. But it's all an illusion.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the hard part, is like getting over the thinking that we have to please all these people with our life.
Yeah. Yeah, and we forget it's ours, so we somehow feel like we get attached to people. You get like attached to people and
Oh, yeah.
environments. Yeah.
My family,
And yeah.
they have a huge influence on me, like they still do. And I'm 23 years old, and I don't depend on them financially anymore. And so it's dumb. It's like, why do I really care that much about what, like what they think of my life? It's just,
Yeah.
it's so dumb, but it's so easy.
Yeah, but they're operating under some kind of a different operating system.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they're my parents, so it's like, like they're my family. I don't know. It's just, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm working on it though. I think I've seen progress in myself in especially the last year. So I think I'm moving more towards freedom and embracing the unknown.
Yeah. And family can be really useful. Like I was watching this video. I keep talking about animals. Sorry. So there was
animals. Cool. We're animals.
Yeah. Right. That's why I'm talking about animals. Because then we can compare it to us. So a mother elephant got her baby elephant stuck in the mud, and the grandma elephant had to come over and knock the mother out of the way so that the elephant could get itself out of the mud, because the mother kept like trying to help it, and it would just get deeper and deeper. So like sometimes like genetically there is knowledge and information that we can learn from our families and stuff like that. And so, that's one of the strengths that mammals have. So yeah. It's kind of cool. So like family matters. It's just disappointing when the family becomes violent or, oppressive, right?
Yeah. When you don't let your kids like live their own life. Oh man, that causes lots of problems.
Well, yeah, and if you especially if you have anxiety, if you push yourself too far too fast, then you'll crash. You gotta you gotta ease your way through it, let yourself get used to it. You know what I mean? And like, it doesn't mean that that's a weakness. That's just your way. And so people kind of have to accept that, right?
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just, slowly but steadily.
Yeah.
Expand your comfort bubble. What do they call that?
Yeah, comfort zone. Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
Comfort bubble zone.
Yes, exactly.
Anyway, it's just gonna be us forever, David.
All right, that's fine. We can do this. We got this.
So so basically we covered that topic.
ridding ourselves of fear.
Yeah, so there should be another D in there. Yeah.
That's what you really meant to say. All right.
Oops.
Sorry, I'm a grammar Nazi.
So ridding ourselves of fear. So I kind of noticed.
What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of?
I'm afraid of homelessness.
Ah, okay.
Or like people being dehumanized. Dehumanization. Yeah, dehumanization makes me scared.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. So yeah. So that kind of scares me. So like I'm constantly worried about money and stuff like that, because it's connected to like I see how badly homeless people are treated and how people just dehumanize them. I'm like, oh no, I can't handle that. So I got to be careful to keep my financial flow nice and steady.
Yeah. Do you think you could live though like a really just a really cheap life?
I already do.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So like if worse comes to worse, you can just live in a tent somewhere, and go buy food at Walmart every once in a while when you need to, and then go back into the woods and live in your tent. But that would be lonely. And technology.
And dirty. I don't like being dirty. That's another weakness.
Yeah. Okay, I see. Yeah, that's kind of what one of my things with hey, we got Tifa. Yay.
Hey Tifa, what's up?
Is he gonna talk?
What's up, G? How you feeling, Tifa?
How's it hanging? Darn. Oh, there he is. Okay.
Oh, there he is. Finally, someone courageous enough to join us.
I know. So anyway, being being dirty. Yes, that is that's a reason that I don't ever want to be homeless. Definitely.
Yeah, I don't. What is that? What is up with that? Maybe that's a
You're,
monkey thing because monkeys are always cleaning themselves, and I don't know.
oh yeah. I'm just
Yeah.
afraid of getting infected. I'm afraid of getting like some horrible disease or sickness and then dying a slow, painful death from that.
Do you have any?
Like
do you
I'm
have
not.
any?
I'm not. Go ahead.
Do you have any health issues by any
Not really.
chance?
No. I'm
I've
pretty healthy.
so I have asthma, and but I only get asthma when I catch a cold or I get sick.
Huh.
But if I
Oh.
don't have medicine, I could die
Yeah.
just by suffocation. Yeah.
Yeah. So that makes sense why homelessness would scare you. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I'm
you know.
like it's a death sentence for me, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
you're literally dependent on having some money at least to pay for your med. I wonder
Yeah.
though. There's like so many homeless shelters and like organizations that help. It is almost like if you are of a sound state of mind,
Yeah.
which you are. I
Yeah.
mean, you would survive better than most homeless people because I mean,
Yeah.
it is like mental illness is really closely connected with homelessness, and if you go, I mean, go to like Los Angeles or any big city and walk down, Skid Row or whatever, and I mean, it's pretty clear that the reason why lots of them are there are either, either a really debilitating mental illness or addiction to some kind of drug. So, I mean, that's if you don't have either of those, I think even if you were forced to be homeless, you would survive pretty well compared to. I mean, you could just reach out to all the organizations that are out there to help
Yeah.
homeless people, and you could at least get food and shelter and probably medication, and you could survive. But
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Well, and
so I don't know if that's a comfort.
oh yeah, no, it is. Something that was a lot of issue for me is working with kids. I've been sick every month for the past 6 months, so I catch a cold every single month. And
Yeah.
man, I saved up a bunch of medicine. I haven't gotten health insurance yet, but I'm planning to do it eventually. And I already used up half my medicine 6 months. I saved that medicine to last at least a couple of years, and like
Oh man.
boom, yeah. So it's kind of frustrating
That's actually
getting
what
sick all the time.
Yeah, that's kind of one of the big reasons that I didn't want to be a classroom teacher is, I mean, I just hate getting sick. Like I feel, I don't know, like I it's stupid, but I feel like lesser when I'm sick. I feel personally responsible for my sickness, and like I've done something wrong when I'm sick, and I think like what could I have done differently to prevent this sickness?
Yeah.
I could have
Yeah.
not interacted with this person in this way, and I think really I just I overanalyze it, and I'm just like there could be a way, there could be a world where we didn't get these dumb little sicknesses that everybody accepts, like, oh, of course during the winter time we're gonna get the flu and cold, but it's like not if everyone cooperated and didn't wash their hands and didn't when they were sick isolated themselves, when they were sick and were allowed to work from home when they were sick. So I just always think about how could we, it's dumb, I know, because it's just little sicknesses like colds and little things like that, but it's like if everyone cooperated, we could easily eradicate all these annoying sicknesses that we get, on a regular basis. If everyone
Yeah.
would just cooperate and do like really easy things, but people don't cooperate, so so it's hard.
Yeah, and a lot of people's IQ is too low too. Like I try to explain to the kids that they need to wash their hands after they eat.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be touching their food.
Yeah.
And they don't understand. Like I try to explain to them, it's not so clean. You'll get germs and bacteria.
Yeah, or people
just
don't care.
Yeah,
People
they
don't care. They just really don't care. They're like, oh, they just accept it. Like I'm just gonna get sick, a number of times a year, and I'll just go out and spread it to other people because it doesn't matter. Because by the time they get sick, I won't be sick. Like people just don't care about other people, the effect that they're having on other people, and so
Totally.
that's how sicknesses spread.
Right.
Lack of empathy and lack of consciousness about what you're doing. Like, oh, I just wiped my ass. Like and now I'm going to go touch this doorknob that everyone else is going to touch, and I'm going to go touch this food, you know, and put it in my mouth. Like, it's just so dumb. People are just, I don't know.
Yeah.
But then again, I think about it too much and overanalyze it, and that causes anxiety. So I'm on the opposite end of the dumb spectrum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so hard. That's difficult.
But just thinking logically, I'm like, we could fix this. We could get together and fix this, guys. We could eradicate the common cold. We could eradicate.
Let's do it.
Eradicate the flu. Eradicate strep throat. Like all these annoying little sicknesses that everybody gets. You know, the stomach bug. You know, like all these things is like we could prevent this from ever happening again if we like all just got together and decided on certain, you know, just common courtesy rules of washing your hands and isolating yourself when you're sick. Like as soon as you learn that you're sick, you go home and you don't interact with people for a few days until you're not sick anymore. You know, it's like this is so easy. I don't know.
Yeah.
But people have jobs where they can't do that. So I don't know.
Yeah, I actually got harassed at work because I was taking days off when I was sick, and they happen to be on Mondays. I get sick over the week. Then I'd take a couple of days off on the weekend, and then I'd still be sick, so I'm gonna take Monday off too.
Yeah.
So I got harassed because they thought I was abusing their system.
Yeah, that's a big problem.
Yeah, it's like, come on, like I'm really sick, you know.
There needs to be a way. Someone come up with a way, technology-wise, to where at home you can prove that you're sick and like send a report to your employer.
Yeah, like Flo's not into red.
Yeah. Where you don't have to go to a doctor. You know, you don't have to go to a doctor's office and get like a slip or whatever. You can prove on your own with not much effort that you're sick and you cannot come to work. So I wish there was a way to do that.
Well, it's called WebMD.
Well, yeah, but wait, like how do you? If you can't go to work, how are you going to go see a doctor?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Like,
No. But I mean,
if you have like Ebola, you can't just go to the doctor. You're just like, okay, I have to stay home and die.
No. I know that there are certain. Yes, you should be able to go to the doctor for sicknesses, but doctors' offices are a problem too. Like they're so unhygienic. I hate doctors' offices because if you're going there for like you're not sick and you're just going there for a checkup or like blood test or like whatever. Like, it's so annoying because first, there's just like easy things that you could design a doctor's office to be hygienic. Like separate, first of all, like, and some of them are like this, but have a sick room and have a well room. Like some of them do, but not all. But like 2 separate entrances, 2 separate lobbies, sick room, well room. People who are coming to the doctor and are sick, they sit in this room, and it's glassed off, you know, so there's no spreading of sicknesses. And the people who are healthy, you know, are just coming for checkups or whatever, sit in this room, and it's all glassed off. And maybe there'd be 2. You would have the building just divided in half, you know, to where it's like even the air circulation in the well side of the building is separate from the sick side of the building, and the doors, you know, open automatically. There are automatic doors in doctors' offices so that you don't have to touch any surfaces. When you come in, the procedures are such that you don't have to touch anything. So there's no risk of spreading anything. I know this is like, I know I'm being paranoid, but like I wish someone would pay, like I wish there was a job.
Let's just do it good. Like you just want things done well. Like I don't know why we kind of half-ass too many things.
I know.
Things better.
Yeah. And I'm paranoid, and most people don't really care. And you know, they'll just go in and whatever, and they'll wash their hands. I also like, you know, like in like Asian cultures where they wear the masks in public.
Yes.
That's
if
so.
you do that
that's
here,
such a,
they
like,
freak out. What are you
and
doing?
it's like, exactly, and it's like, why? Like, it makes so much sense. They even do it. It's so nice because they do it when they're sick. So like when they're sick, they'll wear a mask, and it's like, that's so nice. I would do that if it were culturally acceptable, and like I had to go out in public for some reason, and I was coughing, and you know my nose was running, and all this stuff. Like I would totally wear a mask and be okay with it. And I would love it if other people did, just out of courtesy. It's just common courtesy.
You should also know that if you wear one in the winter, your breath blows back at you, so it helps keep your face warm. So Japanese people often walk around with it on their face just to keep them warm.
In the winter, yeah, that makes
sense. Non-stick people.
They make, like different types of masks to where it's like a panda face and the mask itself.
Yeah.
Like, That's amazing. Why don't we have that?
Customize your mask. Yeah, that's cool.
No, it's like, it's like there's panda, there's a tiger, there's
Mhm.
anime girl. So it's like if you're like a fat neckbeard, you can just walk around as anime girl.
Oh yeah, exactly. Whatever floats your boat.
Awesome.
Decontamination chamber. Yeah, let's do it.
You should put one in your living room. Before you come in, you must go through my decontamination chamber.
Did you ever watch was it like Jimmy Neutron or something, where he like when he came home from school, he had like a chamber that he went into, and it like sprayed him, like disinfected him. I think that's what it did. It like
That's
sprayed
batshit
him.
crazy.
Yeah, I know it is, but I would still do it if there was some technology that you could like, I don't know, what are those blue lights or like ultraviolet lights? Which are the
It's
ones?
black light.
Say it again.
Black light.
Is it black light that destroys bacteria and stuff and
I
viruses?
guess it could, and maybe. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. I would have one of those, like a chamber that you go in, you close your eyes, protect your eyes and everything.
Yeah,
Go
but
for
like over time, it's kind of like really bad for you. So that's like
Yeah.
that's not something you should do.
You're probably right. You're probably
You know what you should do then? There's this great thing called a shower.
right. Well, yeah, I'd always go for that too
Yeah.
first.
It's like,
You're gonna have to
it's like-
put this spacesuit on before you come inside.
Officers
Yeah,
always
it's
come to, like a hotel with a black light, and they're like, we detected a demon on the bench. We got this one, guys.
Tifa, there'll probably be white spots all over your Barbies. Ooh, shit. I'm kidding.
Weird.
My testicles are full of semen, if you want to know.
No, really? I thought they were.
Wow, really?
That's an interesting technique.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm nice blue.
And I released some of it earlier today. If you
Oh
want
my
to know.
god, thank you.
It's good to
I need to
do that.
So then it's not like next day you're like, fuck, shit, damn it, god. Ugh.
Okay. So
I don't ejaculate on my Barbie.
okay. All right.
I
Okay,
just
so-
used up my cards now. That was just okay.
Okay. So how about the value of courage? How about the value of courage?
What a transition.
How about the value of decency? God damn,
what
people.
a smooth transition you just made. You're the master of transitions. Okay. The value of courage. Yes? What about it? The courage
Oh, right.
to admit that you...
All right.
You know, if you have courage, then you're not afraid of anything.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, that
That's
is
a
the
great place to start.
That is the definition of courage.
Courage. You need
Hmm.
courage if you have some fear.
Right. Yeah.
They kind of go hand in hand.
Wait, what's
Why would you
courage?
need courage if you have no fear, right?
Very true.
Oh. But
Have you
if
heard
you
about
don't have
the-
fear, then you have courage.
Do you think it's healthy not to have any fear? Because like I think it was some podcast that I was listening to about this lady that literally she has some brain tumor of some kind. I think it's a brain tumor or maybe a cyst or something. That like she's not afraid of anyone. Like she walks around every day and she doesn't ever have any fear or suspicion of anybody. And like she
That's
survived.
I'm going to tell you something. Angry people don't have much fear because they don't care. Like, they don't care. Look, somebody
True.
who's angry is going to do stupid things. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally.
Okay.
But I want, like, if you can survive without fear, because my fear is that if I get rid of my fear, then I won't be able to survive. It'll be dangerous, you know. Like, the fear is there for a good reason to protect me from things. So, living totally without fear would be unhealthy. But I
I'm
don't
not
know.
even sure
Maybe-
how you would. I'm not even sure how you would do that. I mean, you could kind of shut it off in certain ways. I don't know how to do that. Like, I fear plenty of things. I feel fear and do shit anyways. Okay.
You feel fear.
How do you?
Oh yeah.
What do you think? Do
That's
you
what
think?
courage is.
Do you think you can look? Do you think you can actually get an adrenaline spike if you didn't feel like some kind of strong emotion, some kind of like strong feeling. Like I don't know if we've been able to figure out if people like with a limited emotional capacity can still have adrenaline spikes or still feel the need to like get the fight or flight trigger.
That's a good. I wonder. I think with this particular woman who said that she didn't have any fear, like she never felt fear, she didn't have any fight or flight response. Like she got. I mean, she's been mugged and she's been, you know, attacked and stuff. So yeah. I mean, she doesn't have. You wouldn't have any, I guess, adrenaline because the only reason you have that is, I don't know. Do you have to have a thought like I'm in danger and then the adrenaline happens, or like even if it's
it could be anything. Like fear is a good motivator, and pain is a good teacher.
Yeah, true. It's not all bad. I mean, it can do good things.
If you're feeling some fear, you're gonna have a hormonal response to a situation where your body kicks into high gear.
Your experience with adrenaline.
And say that again?
Excuse me?
Well, I don't know who this guy is that was talking, him with the Barbie. What's your experience with adrenaline? Have you experienced a time where you had a rush of adrenaline? What was that like for you?
I've had several experiences where I've had rushes of adrenaline, and it can actually be addictive in certain ways. But it always came with an element of real danger, and I like it, but I dislike it at the same time.
So what were those dangerous elements?
Yeah.
Well,
we want the details.
Well, I mean, it's not really stuff I like to talk about, but I'll tell you at least one experience. At one time I was being mugged. Okay, there were 7 gentlemen, one of which pulled out some mace and sprayed me with it.
Nice.
I decided to run away from them.
Yeah.
Okay. My first thought was to club one of them over the head with a piece of metal I was carrying, but I was wearing like 3 sweatshirts or something strange, and the piece of metal was in my second sweatshirt underneath the first one, and I was grabbing for it, not realizing it was in the lower one, and
Oops.
I panicked when I couldn't get a hold of it, so I ended up running.
Yeah. So do you? I guess the question is like, if you were in that situation and you were unable to feel fear, would you or adrenaline? Would you have still had the same reaction? Like, couldn't you have still recognized the danger and run away? You know what I mean? Like,
I'll tell you something. When you have an adrenaline jump like that, you become more dangerous.
You become more dangerous?
Yes. I could have killed one of them if I had connected with a solid blow with that piece of metal I had that I didn't quite grasp. I was planning on attacking one of them. And since I couldn't get a hold of my weapon, I decided to retreat.
So are you saying that's good? That's a good thing that you were more dangerous with the fear? Like that's yes, okay.
Because in a situation where they don't let up and they keep attacking you until you die, you want to be more dangerous.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Man, I rip your head.
Definitely.
Yeah. So I would have hoped. Well, okay. What kind of situation were you in that you ran across these 7 gentlemen, which decided to?
I don't really want to disclose this information.
Okay.
There's things that you do in life that aren't exactly legal.
Oh.
I'm just gonna put it that way.
Well, I think that's all we need to know. So stay within legal situations, and you won't get mugged by 7 people. That's the moral of the story.
Maybe.
Yeah, possibly.
Or not. It's not at all.
You don't know. I kind of enjoyed the experience because I learned something from it.
Did you? What did you learn?
That you
I learned.
Barbie.
Nah.
Right pocket, wrong pocket. Do you do that? Yeah, every day do you do that now? Right pocket?
I
wrong
have a small bronze statue, which, if grasped properly and swung the proper way, could easily cave somebody's skull in.
Well, okay, Tifa. Thank you for sharing. Whew. Well,
So,
but let's hope you never have to use that.
if there's like a murder where it's like someone died because of his statue or something, we know who it is.
In my opinion, if someone is aggressively attacking you, you're free to defend yourself.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I kind of agree with that.
These people pepper spraying me need to think twice about that, because they don't know who I am or what I'm capable of.
Yeah, if you're attacking someone, at that point you're kind of giving up your right to be
Alive.
alive. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't really gonna say that, but yeah, it pretty much is. Like, there's
Yeah,
no
right.
real reason that you need to attack people, or like, there's certain crimes that it's just like, yeah, I mean, if you're gonna try that, you need to be ready to like not live anymore, because it's just dumb.
Well, think of it like this. Let's say the situation was this. I was carrying a gun on me, and they pepper sprayed.
Okay, guys. I don't want to talk anymore about violence.
At this point, what was that a good move? Was that a good move to provoke someone?
Okay, I don't want to talk about violence and fighting and being in situations where we fight people and stuff. So, okay.
I just wanted to hear
Okay.
more about the feeling of the adrenaline,
that's
like
what I wanna
blood
talk
getting
about.
over the body, like how was it euphoric? I mean, I've been attacked a few times before as well, and there was this absolute amazing euphoric feeling of absolutely ready to die. At that moment, it wasn't a problem. And the incredible strength that you feel, and the way time just slows down. These things are beautiful about adrenaline, and the drug is given to us for good reason when we're in danger, right?
Something I want to tell you is that not all fight or flight experiences are beautiful in that way.
Oh no,
If
I'm not trying that.
If you're threatened the way I was, then you tend to think about ways of keeping that threat at bay or destroying it.
Or running from it.
Well, I did run from it, but my first thought was to actually hurt someone.
Okay.
Okay, well, when I'm in a situation like that, I usually think of the Pulp Fiction scene where the guy's the guy has a bunch of weed and goes into a restroom where there's cops. You just gotta shit in your pants and dive in. That's what I go with when I'm in those kind of situations. Yeah. Gotta stay calm. The adrenaline's going, but.
Yeah, it is fun to act. I mean, people like Grass Officer said. I mean, people purposely pursue activities that trigger their adrenaline. So I mean, yeah, it is pleasurable in a way, I guess. Mainly afterwards, when you know that you're not in actually any real danger, then it's pleasurable. But otherwise, not so much.
Like stealing, for example. If you steal something, then you get an adrenaline rush, especially if you.
Well, yeah, I was thinking more like skydiving, bungee jumping.
Having sex in a semi-public place.
Okay, yeah, that's not
another way to get an adrenaline rush.
You could do it in a car in the middle of the street during rush hour.
Having sex in public is a totally different rush that you get when your life is in danger. Adrenaline when your life is in danger.
There's different psychological implications.
The other thing is
implications going on.
Right. The other thing is David said that you might enjoy the adrenaline afterwards. And from my experience of having these rushes, I didn't have an experience so much afterwards other than being in shock as to what happened. During the actual adrenaline rush, what I had remembered was like what I said. Time slowed down. I was able to think about the entire situation at hand while I was being attacked, as if it was in slow motion. And I felt incredible strength, and again, I knew my life was in danger, and I was ready to die. And I think adrenaline does that for you. That's what the drug does for you, so you don't collapse during really scary situations. Sex is a little different. That rush might not be comparable. Good luck.
There's some funny comments right now. Anyway, go ahead. Oh man. Okay. Experiencing the moment. I think it's really important to like be in that moment, man, and just like taking it in, just being here. Yeah. What do you guys think about that?
I'm so for that.
Yeah, because you know, like we're like thinking like people who are anxious think about what other people think about them, like we were talking about, and you know, it's controversial to be extroverted for people like that. So it's really important, I think, for introverted types and stuff like that to really focus themselves on the moment and just kind of shut her off for a few minutes. You know what I mean?
Shut her off.
Turn that off switch there.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Just be like in the moment. You know.
No, I'm meditation helps a lot with
about
that. That's why I think meditation is really important. I think I'm happier overall when I'm present. I don't know. Do you ever like have where you wake up in the morning and you've slept so deeply that you've forgotten kind of who you are and like what's going on in your life? And like for like a couple of minutes, you're like in your bed,
Back in
like
the room.
waking up, and you're
Can
like,
you get back in the room?
what's going on? And
What's up?
yeah, what's Tifa saying?
I'm asking. Anthony asked me if he can get back in the room or something.
Oh, okay. Well, he'll have to ask me. He'll have to. I don't see anything, so.
Yeah. Just-
Anyway. Okay.
But anyway, yeah, I've always like that's such a euphoric feeling. I don't know. Whenever that happens to me, and then all of a sudden, all the memories and like all the plans flood into your brain, and you're just like weighed down again. But if you could constantly be in that state of you only think about the future when you absolutely need to, and you only recall information, you know, when you absolutely need to, but otherwise you're not living in memories and you're not living in plans about the future. Like you're just totally experiencing the moment, not comparing it to any other moment. You know, you're just totally here. Not trying to guess what other people are thinking. You're centered in your own awareness of what's going on. I think that's the happiest. At least for me, that's when I'm the happiest. So.
Yeah, and maybe there's like a mental health thing there where we have to spend time in different states of mind to be healthy. Like if you're always like future, 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 you're probably gonna lose it, right? You know,
yes.
you gotta be able to like navigate around your head and like navigate through states of mind to be healthy, maybe.
Yeah, maybe it's the control, I guess, that's because you can still, as long as you're the one who's choosing when you're thinking about the past or the future and you're doing it deliberately, then that's fine. But when it's out of your control and you just find yourself, you know, in a daze, like thinking about like regretting things that you've done, or you know, thinking like, oh, I'd be so much happier like once this happens in the future, you know, all that stuff. Maybe it's just when you are in control of it, you know, you can bounce back and forth between the future and the past and the present all you want, but you're in control of it, and you don't identify with those thoughts or like think that they're real, you know. So maybe with more control, then you can do it. You can do it responsibly. Think responsibly.
Yeah. Think responsibly. Yeah, nobody says that. Think responsibly. They're just like, oh, you'll figure it out. You'll be all right. You'll be fine. You got your brain. You got your body. You'll be cool. Don't worry about it. You can move. You'll be okay. You know. You'll be all right.
Yeah.
No.
People take that for granted. They
Yeah.
take their minds for granted.
Yeah.
I'm reading Waking Up by Sam Harris right now. It's really good. It's like
I read that.
Yeah. Maybe you like mentioned it and were the one that, I don't know, recommended it to me, but it's awesome. Talking about the self and stuff. That's kind of a different topic, but like trying to actually identify what we identify as ourselves. Like, so it's like it's so hard. It's so much harder than we actually think. That's another thing people take for granted.
Hey guys, I'm gonna bail out of the chat. I'm gonna go
Okay,
talk
bye,
to
Tina.
Anthony.
Okay, bye, Tina.
All right. See you.
Talk to you later, bros.
Bye-bye.
See you, Teef.
Okay, go ahead.
I was pretty much done.
Okay. Well, then.
What do you identify as yourself?
What?
Like when,
Like, yeah, like, but I mean, like, what? Like,
you
what do you mean?
when
I
you
don't
think
know
about
either.
when you think about I,
Mhm.
what are you thinking about?
This thing.
Yeah, but like what? I mean, what are you talking about? Like, see, it's your words or like your actions, your like the collection of your memories,
Yeah.
your yes.
Yeah, the collection of memories, that would be self.
Yeah, I guess that's as accurate as we can be, probably.
I don't know about that though.
Yes.
Because people who have amnesia, I mean, they still feel that sense of I. You know, that's the thing. Even if you had amnesia and couldn't remember what happened
They don't
past.
have a body. They still know they're an individual just by viewing it.
Yeah. So it's just the body then.
Well, it's the connections, the like neurons that are made, memories, connections that are made. When you hear something, you relate it to something else, and it makes you think something.
Oh, yeah.
Huh. Yeah, that's kind of what Sam, I guess in this book, like Sam Harris is like saying is like, it's our feeling of a self is a collection or a cooperation of like all these different brain functions, and so they're really it's an illusion, you know, like it sounds corny, but like the feeling that there is a coherent self that like lasts throughout a lifetime is the illusion of a bunch of different brain functions happening at once. Like all our sensations, you know, our five senses and our memories and all that stuff combined makes us think that there's some kind of solid self, like behind our eyes, you know, that's kind of like looking out from behind our eyes, behind our face. But it's really, it's just an illusion. And to identify with that thing, whatever we think it is, and to get frustrated, you know, when
How is it an illusion to know that you're inside an individual body?
because maybe you're not. I don't know. Like that's.
But what
or
does
you're
it
not-
matter? What does it matter? When you look down, you see your hands, you think to move them, they move. I mean, you can think
Yeah.
about all the things that might not exist, but the fact is it's not an illusion because every time you wake up and you see the same things, you see your same hands aging day by day. So it's I guess if you want to talk about physics, you can say everything is illusion, but how important is that when you're
Yeah, I see what you're saying. It's only important when your sense of self is causing you suffering, I guess. Then I guess that's when it's important to
it's how your memories and ideas.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. When you're identifying with your story too much, and you're just like, you know, like you're identifying with your body. I mean, if people who have like really intense body shame, you know, they look down at their body and identify with their body, and that causes them a lot of suffering. But if you remind yourself that your body is constantly changing, you know, if you lost your body, if there was a way for us to just be disembodied heads, we would still be ourselves. So like our body really isn't ourselves. Even if we had you know, if your arm gets chopped off, if your torso is, if you get cut in half, you know, and the bottom half of your body is gone, you would still be you. So the bottom half of your body isn't you. If your arms got chopped off, you know, you'd still be you. So your arms are not you. So to identify too strongly with it is a problem.
But wait a second. But you are you with 2 legs and 2 arms. And if we remove the lower half of you, the top half of you will continue to exist, and the lower half of you will die because the connections are made in the top half of you, right? However, those connections will start happening very differently. You'll start to see the world around you differently. You'll start to see yourself differently because you don't have legs. So your personality will change. Things about you will change. You'll
Is
start
our personality?
to process information differently.
Yeah. Yeah, you change your personality, but then is your personality you? I mean, you know, it's like that's
I'd say it's you, and it's you without legs, but it's not you with legs. That would be a different experience of you.
It would be a different you. Yeah. That's what I like. We're more fluid than we're not a solid self. That's what I'm trying to say is like.
No, you
constant-
can bring an animal up to be violent, or you can bring him up to be sweet. We are experiences of our environment and what we've seen.
That's why I think like Sam Harrison and I like kind of like it's the awareness. That's the thing that doesn't really change. Like there's some kind of consciousness that is behind the personality and the body and all that stuff that doesn't change. And so everything that we can observe that changes is not us because we're observing and it's outside of, it's separate from the awareness. So if we keep, through meditation and stuff like that, keep observing and, naming all these things like, okay, I'm observing this, so that's not me. I can observe my body, that's not me. It's not it's not the thing that's observing. So then we can slowly kind of chip away at all the things that aren't really us.
Look at something and say that is me. Then, like, could you ever say something?
I don't know.
Connected to who I am.
Yeah, that's the mystery. I don't know. But through meditation, that's the value of meditation, or that's the goal, I guess, is to keep going until you either find that thing that actually is you and that you can't say is not you, or realize that we really aren't any of that.
And the things outside of me, David, and the things outside of me aren't me, right? However, we're all necessary to be here. So we know that. So in a way, yeah, you have your individuality. It's physical. You can see it. And you can see physically there's things that are separate from you. But you also know that you wouldn't be existing the way you do if it wasn't for those things that are separate. So you're very, very much intertwined with your environment that is not you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
So,
I agree with that.
It's okay to say that
then you either have to say that everything is you or not, or none of it is. Like because like you said, like we're so constant, there's no reason to create, like, say the boundary of the self is our skin. Like there's no reason to do that. Because like you said, we're dependent. I am dependent on the oxygen that I breathe, and I'm dependent on the atmosphere of this planet and the sun, and that is, if you think about it, that is just as much me as any part of my body is. So just because we don't have control over those things doesn't mean they're not us. Like we don't have control over our hearts. Like we can't control our hearts. We can't stop our hearts from beating. So you could say, well, okay, is our heart not part? Should I not identify? Is that not my heart? Because is that not me? Is the heart part of me? Because I can't stop it. Like I can't control it. We can't. There's so many bodily processes that we can't control. So does that mean that those bodily processes are not part of me, or is it just that, like, kind of what you were sort of saying is like, our identity doesn't stop at our skin. It just, we can think of it as we are, gosh, I can't, and it's hard to talk about without making it sound corny, but like we are the earth, we are the universe, like we're totally interconnected with it. And so again, that's another way, I guess, to chip away at, it's a different way of going about, chipping away at the identity, or like this feeling of like being trapped in this body.
Well, you got about 100 years, so enjoy it. It's on its way to dying anyway.
Yeah.
Well,
true,
well, yeah,
true.
but
I don't know. You should enjoy it. Yeah, you should definitely enjoy it. I'm not saying you shouldn't enjoy it.
yeah, but I would say there's so much awesome stuff. Like the mind can do so much. The best thing in life to me is just playing with my mind and creating things out of my mind, thinking about ideas and truth and creating beauty and stuff like that. I mean, you can do a lot of cool stuff with what we got from these, couple billion years of evolution or whatever that our brain got to this size. I don't know. There's a lot of cool stuff we can do. There's a lot of stuff we can do. We can make this awesome. We can have a lot of fun. We could get rid of a lot of pain and stuff like that. So there's plenty of reason to be here. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of ideas are thrown out there.
Yeah, sorry, I'm distracted by the chat now.
Oh, I would say though, correlation does not necessarily prove causation.
All right.
So like you could say, well, these ideas are correlated somehow, and then that's the self or not the self.
Mhm.
But it's maybe this is just not something that we can describe in language. It's something that maybe it's something that we individually experience rather than can express with words. You know?
Wait, so what's an example of what you just said?
So like
What
how
were
I'm
you just
talk-
talking about?
so like how we're talking about the self and like where is the self and is there an I and like
Yeah.
all the related things that could explain whether there is, and then how we relate or if we relate to the universe and things like that. I mean, our correlation with it and being here doesn't necessarily prove that it's all causal, like it's all together or not together at all. Maybe it's something else, you know?
Yeah,
You
maybe.
see what I'm saying? It's kind of a deep, abstract. You know, when so many ideas are out there, it's just kind of like, you know, it's hard to discuss something.
Oh yeah, it's just
Yeah.
words.
Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
Yep.
Mouth noises.
Yeah, that's all we're doing here.
Okay, moving on. Moving on. So, treasuring life. Yeah!
Yeah, treasure that.
Treasure it! Woo!
All right.
Life. All right.
What are you eating, grass officer?
I just put a passion fruit in here.
Oh, that sounds
It looks
good.
like snot. Delicious. Snot. Looks like
Yeah,
snot.
yeah, kind of does. Yeah. She's enjoying life.
Yeah, there we go.
It's disgusting. Passion fruit. Ugh.
Should I put some
Really
butter
sweet.
in there?
You need pomegranates in your life.
A what?
You're in the corner over there, crab cakes. Just like. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's using one of those.
Whoa, what happened? Why are we?
Oh, I was just looking at the chat, seeing if there was anything.
We're just enjoying the
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah. So yeah, treasuring life. Nobody has anything to say. Treasuring life. Silence.
No, I think we're just going to talk about furry Turk women now. That's what they're talking about in the chat. So yeah,
Mm,
because you know Turk man, jeez.
we're just enjoying life, treasuring it, storing it up.
Yeah.
I think it's easier to treasure life when you realize that it's all like changing constantly, and we can't really hold on to anything or have any possessions, and it's all going to end one day, very soon.
Make fun of life.
So that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, so we have to learn what we have with us most of the time. To appreciate what we have with us most of the time. Like, this thing! This
Just
one!
appreciate what you have
What,
right
the
now.
tumor?
in the moment.
Yeah. No, yeah, this giant tumor growing in my... Yeah, no.
Love that tumor.
Yeah, I mean I always hug it every day. It's actually grown
Yeah.
right. It's actually big enough to where I can hug it.
That's great. That's awesome. Hug that tumor.
I mean it's like right outside my school, so it just flops right onto the ground now.
Even tumors need love.
It's not a tumor.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
yeah.
Let's move on.
Life is good.
I'm silly. Okay, so encouraging others to be positive for the sake of encouraging others. So, like, I think that positivity is a effective tool. I think that it's useful to encourage people to want more, and to be more, and to be positive, and not fear, and encourage people. So, you know, stuff that we've been talking about a little bit. But I think encouraging people with positivity is essential, and I don't think it works any other way.
What you
I agree.
Yeah. What do you guys think?
I think it works for most people. but some people are just too crabby.
Yeah.
Yes, some people
Some
enjoy.
people.
Some people enjoy, being pessimistic.
Yeah.
So
I don't quite find any pleasure in it, so that may be me. But with teaching children, if I were negative or pessimistic, they'd walk all over me and they wouldn't listen. But through my positivity and rising tones and stuff like that, and like, yeah, let's have fun kind of language,
Great
it
relationship.
works.
Don't do too
Yeah.
much. Exactly like my English teacher. All she does is like we analyze like modern music, like hip hop, and we analyze Lil Wayne because
cool.
she's like
Wow.
trying to be so happy and it's like stop.
What's wrong with analyzing Little Wayne?
I mean, she'll seem happy at first, but then it's like she's always gonna like drop to the point where she's extremely negative. It's like happy at first, then negative.
Well, yeah, delusional happiness is that's not good. That's not
It's
good.
just-
I got a case for the opposite right here.
All right.
Well, I think negativity is pretty good for humans because it helps us survive.
Me too.
Of course.
Is it
That's why the
negativity?
news is always negative, for instance.
Well,
Um,
Negativity is where you find things that are wrong. It's how you make corrections. I live in a vacation spot, so there's a lot of people that are walking around like being positive all the time, and I think in some cases they're living in a bubble, and they're blessed. But it doesn't matter if they're blessed and they're living optimistically. It might not be accurate.
Oh yeah.
realistic optimism. I mean, that's really the best.
Yeah, so it's important, yeah.
Solution-focused pessimism, I guess. If you're going to be pessimistic, at least be solution. I mean, the bad type of pessimism is just the type where people just wallow in it and they're not looking for
Sometimes we
solutions.
don't have solutions. In a lot of the situations that happen today, we don't have the solutions. There's only a lot of talk right now.
If there aren't any solutions, then just that's when optimism would come in and just
Yeah,
find
that's what I'm saying.
find the silver lining in the situation and just accept it.
But doesn't pessimism dive into the problem and enable a light to be shined on the problem so that a correction can be made? Doesn't it
Yes.
show
It is.
discretion and just having some judgment?
Well,
Yeah.
I guess the problem with negativity is most people let it just take over them. Like a minor amount, you can't be positive all the time, I don't think. But we should try to be, because you can fall into a more proactive state of mind with positivity than with negativity. Negativity might help us figure something out, but just because you're negative or positive, it doesn't mean you're not going to notice problems. So
Well, I
maybe that's
think
more
you-
of an intelligence
I
thing.
think you can be constructive with negative things that push you for your constructiveness, or you can be pushed through positive reinforcement. Depends on the situation and the person. I think they both
Sure.
do well.
Yeah, I've noticed with the kids that I teach, they respond to positivity. They go nuts with negativity. They have no idea where to place it. So
I
I
think
mean,
adults are like that too.
yeah,
Weak.
I also got a case for positivity being contagious. Well, when it comes to some people, that is.
yeah.
There's this guy I watched named Johnny Merrill, otherwise known as G-Time Johnny.
Yeah.
Right? I've been seeing his videos and stuff. I don't know. He's basically transcended from just a regular person to just being a free person. He lives off the grid in California, and he just lives off the land or something. And he talks about stuff that I don't know. I guess only he could understand. But he's just so happy.
Wait, he's
So,
off
if
the
I'm
land,
feeling-
but he makes videos.
Yeah,
Huh?
Johnny Merrill is his name.
So strange.
I'm gonna link us to
How do
that.
you get the internet connection? Do you have to sneak into a lot?
Sounds like a cool guy.
I don't know. I mean, if you live off the grid, you don't have to lack an internet connection. He might have solar panels
Yeah.
and
No,
stuff
I'm
like
saying
that.
like,
Powers
it's like-
stuff.
no, I can understand how you can get like electricity, but it's like, how do you get an internet connection? Since you have to be, you have to have a router or something, and that would require you to like, I don't know, maybe you can. I don't even. That's amazing.
Here, I'll show you.
If he can do that, I need to see how he does this, because
I don't know.
fuck everything. I'm going in the woods then.
Let's go to the woods. Hang out with the trees.
If there was
I love
Wi-Fi
you, tree.
everywhere, that would be nice. Oh yeah, Johnny Merrill. Look at that.
Yeah.
Looking up his YouTube page. He sounds like a cool guy.
Meet Dirtbag
He talks
Jenny.
about
I like how you named
basically
Beam me up.
it's hard to
I'll beam you up.
understand him with the stuff that he talks about, but he how would I put it? He somehow managed to separate himself from man-made constructions
Yeah,
to living like with nature.
that's cool. I'm subscribed.
But he could, what is it? Of course, like you need, like if he wants to like reach out to people with this stuff, of course he would need to have an internet connection. There are people who live off the grid. You know, they will have like a line or something to get their internet connection. It doesn't mean that people can't come over to where they're at. It just means that they don't want like governments or stuff like that to invade their space, I guess. I'm not sure. I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't really know anything about it because I don't think I could do it.
Hmm.
I could probably do it. I would not really care. It's just, like, if there is like a line that long, I need it now, and all I need is like that line, a lot, tea, and I'm good. I'll just head out into the woods.
Well, but the trouble is finding a place to squat. You know?
True.
I live in Texas. There's a lot of trees around here.
Okay.
Yeah.
It gets hot out there in Texas.
Yeah, I know, but it's like, it just depends on where you live, really. I mean,
Maybe
if you
it's
live,
not so bad to be a smelly nature human.
A smelling nature
I
human.
don't care about
Hey,
being
he's
smelly.
just the happiest guy I've seen in my entire life.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe
as
it's
long
a
as-
good thing.
As long as you're happy, I mean, who cares? Who cares?
Then
Yeah,
Crash
he's pretty old and
goes
he's
into
doing
the
well.
woods and he becomes the new Johnny Merrill.
Yeah. This is me in the future, guys.
Oh yeah, the island. That's what we need to do. We need to
Oh
find
yeah,
a
we were
wire.
gonna buy an island, weren't we?
Yeah, we need to find a wire that's long enough to go from the island all the way to land.
Yeah, yeah. You mean just to
Well,
get internet?
the internet is a connection of tubes, and a lot of the internet, like when it comes to like international connections, a lot of those wires do go over the ocean
Yeah.
already.
Or under the ocean.
Mm,
or under the ocean. Yeah.
under the sea, under the sea.
Of course, there's the airwaves for the Wi-Fi and stuff as well.
Yeah.
There's
Once,
Wi-Fi.
once Facebook's making those blimps, that are gonna deliver Wi-Fi all over the world.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
You
That'd
mean
be cool.
Facebook?
Yeah,
Facebook?
Facebook,
Bad
and Google. I think both
So
of
we have a
them
bunch of blimps
have
flying
invested
around.
in Wi-Fi blimps that are gonna deliver.
Yeah, but just think about it. There would be
Internet
so
to-
many plane crashes from that because, let's decide to have a blue.
Okay, go ahead. Continue. Blimps.
What? Oh, I was listening to what he was gonna say.
Oh, he was?
Plane
Okay.
crashes.
I don't
know.
couldn't, it didn't sound like that was what he was saying. I'm just like so confused.
What I was saying was like, what's happened is there'll be like a sharp increase in plane crashes because it's like the blimps, the balloons, it's just mess up a shit.
No, they're at a different altitude. I mean,
I'll be back in a second. I'm gonna get me a can of Mountain Dew.
Airplanes are always going to be like.
Give me one too.
They're always going to be like.
Okay. All right. So guys, that was the. So I have one more. So I have one last one.
all right.
So the value of thinking, saying, dancing, writing, acting, and creating what has never been. I think it's valuable to explore our mind and our mind's potential to do things and actualize things and bring things out and imagine new places. And I think these things inspire people and make us better as a whole. What do you guys think?
I don't know. Grass officer looked excited to answer that one.
Well, I just say that just sounds like life to me. It's just so broad. I can't think of anything that's not included there. That's important.
I think it's only valuable if you're enjoying it while you're doing it.
Yeah, but maybe it's important that we know we should enjoy those things.
We should enjoy.
Yeah.
Like you have to
Like
enjoy
creating.
things.
You have to.
If those things are important, what is important? Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like, it's important.
Nothing. I don't know. I'm sorry. So nihilistic.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm saying that stuff does matter, and then so awesome. Yeah.
People don't have an obligation to enjoy creating things, but if you're having fun, you should figure out what.
for some
form of
people,
self-
it is an obligation to self. Like, you can't help it. It's
Oh yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah.
an
Well then, yeah.
obligation to life. You can't go through life and not have these visions and want to produce something from them.
Yeah. Then
Yeah.
go for it. Yeah, they should definitely.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll get a lot of fulfillment out of it.
Well, how long have we been, working with sound and music, do you think? I mean, since the beginning of time, no?
Probably.
Probably. I mean, it probably like started out as like a bunch, just like a bunch of whistling or a bunch of just like
Feel the vibration.
Some
like a
people
bunch of
think
whistling, so then we could like communicate with like other people like in long distance, because it's like you can like whistle to somebody in like a forest, and it's not going to bother like bother an animal or anything. Not really.
Yeah, some people. I've heard people suggest that that's how language originated. It was actually originally just a fun, like people were just having fun making noises to each other. Basically, it was almost like music. That's how we started. That's how we started making mouth noises. And
Like the birds.
Yeah, and then only later did we start attaching meaning to certain sounds. But like it started out
As music.
just a form of self-expression. Yeah, just music. Yeah, just abstract expression, which I think is a pretty cool idea.
Yeah.
What about cats or something, like when they meow and stuff? How did they develop their language?
I don't know.
Yes, David, tell us about the cat language.
Well, as an expert in cat language, I don't know.
How about snakes?
Like they don't have like
Harry Potter snake type stuff?
oh really.
Cats are usually trying to tell you something when they meow.
Yeah.
Certain pitches and certain meows means that they want certain things.
Yeah.
There's
yeah,
also a
they-
lot of body language involved as well. Same thing with people. There's a lot of body language.
Yeah. Exactly.
This goes with any animal, certain mouth noises, certain kinds of body language, stuff like that.
Yeah. Totally.
I'm not an expert in zoology or anything, but I'm just spitballing here.
Yeah, we're all just spitballing
Yeah. There's spit all over the wall.
in the
Crazy.
Logic Church. The
Yeah.
walls and floors
Like
are just
camel.
covered with spit.
Look out for germs.
Camel spit.
Okay. Well, so I'm through, guys. So I did my spiel.
You did.
I did it. Now it's done. Yeah. We overcame and accomplished.
Yeah, look at this.
Yeah.
We thought nobody was going to come in 30 minutes in, and look at all these people.
Well, David, we did do half the questions
You
on our own.
gotta be patient. You guys were
doing that.
I had
getting us
to,
offers to come in and stuff.
Gotta
and I
pace
had to mow
ourselves.
the lawn. For Pete's sake. Hey.
Yeah, come on.
Whatever.
I think I'm gonna start these sooner and then just like leave it open so people can join in, and like at a specific time people will come back or something. I don't know. Just to get people on or something, because I think people are like they're just not getting on. I don't know.
Strong logic.
What do
Why not?
You know, the strong logic. Like
They
strong
need
chain.
more time to build up the courage or something. I don't know.
Well, how many people you want on? What's your ideal?
No, I'm just kidding. I don't have any idea.
Everyone on the
I'm just kidding. Whatever.
How about everybody? How about everybody in the planet just join Logic Church?
Yeah. Why isn't everyone on the planet joining Logic Church? That's what I want to know.
That's a good question.
I'll have to investigate.
Let's investigate. Yeah.
They're
It's
just a
good
bunch
to
of
talk.
lions.
Elementary, Watson. Elementary.
They're not
Elementary.
fruit bats. They're lions.
Fruit bats?
I'm a
Gotta
fruit
find
bat lion.
Gotta find the fruit bats.
I've got fruit bat wings, and the rest of me is a lion.
Yeah, you missed that part of the conversation. Other people who don't understand what we're talking about.
Oh, we have inside jokes now.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
That's
Who
what
here
you
is good
missed.
with puzzles?
As opposed to outside jokes.
Oh yeah, inside jokes.
Yep.
Right.
Who here is good with puzzles?
What's that sideways jokes too, by the way?
Sideways joke. Zing.
I have no idea. I made that up.
Zing, zing, zing.
Okay.
I just wanted to test out like some of these mine trap cards I got the other day. So
You got a
you guys
puzzle
mind
for
doing
us?
some puzzles? Yeah.
Go for it. Throw us a puzzle.
Okay.
What is it?
What are the next two letters in the following series? And all these letters are uppercase, by the way. A, E, F, H, I, K, L, M. What are the next two letters in the series of letters?
I thought it was you.
I'd have to see that written down.
Oh, expand me.
I thought you were talking about Yu-Gi-Oh cards look like trap cards.
Wait,
Mind
what did
trap
David
cards.
turn into Chancellor Palpatine?
I want to talk about here. Karpu says strength of virtue is a man's greatest tool. And it can't be learned in a classroom. And I think it's the greatest virtue. It is almost a virtue in itself that's really great, but the strength is tools, greatest tool. I don't know, because I know some very virtuous people that it didn't exactly pay off for them in the real world.
Yeah.
I know a lot of very successful people who aren't virtuous at all.
Yeah.
So I don't know what tool for what would be my question.
Good question. Depends on what you want out of life.
Yeah, because I don't know. I could think you could spend your entire life doing what you think is what you imagine is having scruples, or which is living by your principles.
Yeah.
Or doing what you think is the right thing. And if there was a God would maybe in this lifetime reward you, for being such a great person. Like karma will come back and bite you on the ass. And but no, my experience hasn't been that. My experience is you better enjoy your own scruple because you're the only person that's going to enjoy them. So yeah, strength of virtue, like to be a virtuous person really is only great for yourself. And you got to keep reminding yourself because the rest of the world is not virtuous. So you got to keep saying to yourself, like, yes, it's good that I'm virtuous.
Yeah, if it makes you feel good. If it makes you feel good, then do it. But I mean, yeah, virtues are not.
Strength of character. Okay.
It doesn't. It doesn't make you virtuous to have virtues. I mean, it doesn't make. It's not. I don't know. It's just
average Joe.
What does it make you virtuous? To what?
It's a little. It's a little dramatic. It's a little dramatic. That's all I'm saying.
In what way? What do you mean?
To have virtues, it's a little dramatic. Yeah. Like, oh, I have these virtues that I must live up to, and like what you were saying just a second ago.
For you, or principles? What works for you then? If that
me?
Yeah, virtue doesn't work. But,
well, I mean,
does that work with morals? Does that work for you?
Wait, what did you just say?
ethics, morals, scruples.
I like
There's-
I like the word values. I mean, I do sort of have central values but they're subjective. They're like I don't pretend that, like you said, like some god's gonna come reward me for them, or like anybody else is gonna reward me for them, or the world's gonna appreciate them, or karma. You know, I'm gonna reap good karma. It's just I like focusing. It helps me to simplify life by focusing on certain values or games. I like games too, thinking of it like games, because it's like it makes it not serious. It's not dramatic. It's like I like to play these certain games, so I like to organize my life by these games, you know. And it's like sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, but they're not that serious. You know, they're just games.
It's a season, dooby darly, la 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 la.
Virtue does help to make you feel like you're in going in the correct direction. You know, when you know, like, oh, these ideas are the most beneficial for me and others.
Exactly.
So if I go along this path, then I'm choosing the best path. That's my thinking.
Yeah. You just have to experiment for yourself. And
Yeah.
test it out. Yeah, if it works for you. That's what I'm saying. Values, games, whatever you want to say. Whatever games work for you, then go for it. Play those games. But, yeah. So, but when you start taking it too seriously, it just kind of gets silly.
Yeah, I think sometimes if I think too morally, like if I think like, I gotta be like Jesus, man. I gotta like totally do it.
Jesus, man.
Gotta be like Jesus. If I do that, then I feel yeah, it's a little silly to be that noble. We should be noble, of course, but you know,
Noble.
as long as you're respecting people, not hurting people, I think that's key.
That's too late for me.
It's that line, respecting people and not hurting people. That's a weird line. That's not.
Yeah, I know. That's why like this is a complicated issue. So
Yeah.
In a complicated world.
yes, indeed.
Where certain things make things more complicated, like certain books that are over 2,000 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who knows what kind of drugs those guys were on when they written them?
There is some evidence that they were on mushrooms at the time.
What is it, Moses, when he went up that mountain?
Rooms.
Yeah, I think I know where Moses
Mushrooms
went.
that grow. Yeah, there's mushrooms that grow on top of that mountain. Because that mountain actually exists. I forgot what it's called, Mount Sinai or something.
Sinai,
There's actual, yeah, Sinai. There's mushrooms that grow on top of there.
Mount
Well, no
Sinai.
wonder why he stayed up there for 40 days.
Yeah, he was stoned.
Yep.
He probably got lost up there.
Yeah, I bet he did. Burning bushes and all. I think.
But after he got tired of
He got
moving
hungry.
splitting a whole river in half, he must have been tired and had to go up to the mountain.
Yeah, I got a
Actually
Moses
just
joke
blowing
here.
right into a puddle, and then that's why the water was dividing. So it's like,
I got a Moses.
I can make the water.
Hey,
do that.
why did Moses stop sleeping with his wife?
Why?
Because every time he attempts to, he sees a burning bush.
Oh,
Okay.
I don't really understand. I don't
That's
understand.
a knee slapper. Nice.
That's a
so-
knee slapper.
Doesn't it make a lot of sense that Moses just went up and, you know, he got hungry, so he ate some mushrooms, and because he believes in God, he's just thinking, oh, this is just, you know, I've been following God. This is the time God's given me
Yeah.
visions. It has nothing to do with these mushrooms I'm eating. It's all about, you know. That's also what
Yeah.
He's on a
happened.
place called Mount Sinai. He might be like on some of the next shit, man.
What is that, Mount Sinai now?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
heard someone say it was Mount Sinai. I was like, I'm pretty sure he has like something in his system now, because it's like the mountain full of cyanide.
That would be terrible. Actually, I don't know if that would be terrible or good if there was a mountain that just had cyanide sitting on the top of it.
No,
Like,
not
what if there was an
not on
avalanche?
top of it, but inside of it. It's like made entirely of it.
So like, let's say if it was like a volcano that only shot out cyanide, like that would be terrible. I mean,
Yeah, that would
volcanoes
be
already do
terrible.
something like that to a certain extent.
Yeah.
it's different gases like carbon dioxide and what other gases.
19 minutes and counting.
Yeah. So, anything else you guys
Yeah.
want to talk about?
Probably
Yeah.
gonna leave when you do, Andrew.
Yeah.
About
Gotta go.
Mount Everest. What happened recently?
What happens?
Yeah.
From
what
the
happened?
avalanche with the earthquake.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel bad for the people that do climb up there. They spend all their money because, like
Climb up there,
even
but
if
what
in
about
ideal
the people that,
conditions,
like, live there?
you still have like a high chance of dying up there, and quite possibly your corpse cannot be recovered. So you're only gonna use this decoration and a marker on the mountain.
Well, I mean, I think it'd be worse for the guys that have to live there because it's like, whenever the people that are hiking up there are done with hiking, they can just go back to their home. But it's like the people that actually live there, they're just generally fucked.
Oh,
Let's
yeah,
say-
you have. Well, actually, they're pretty much adapted to those conditions already. So I guess they're used to it. But still, when something like an earthquake happens, everyone can get fucked up.
Yeah, but it's like, I don't think it's really like something you adapt to because it's like, I'm pretty sure it doesn't happen very often, or like happens every 3 generations. I'm not sure when was the last one was.
Pretty much every other blue moon.
Yeah, pretty much. And
So-
it's like, so it's not like something you could easily just adapt to. If it's, like if your house is like on the side of a mountain, I don't think you're gonna like easily like adapt to an earthquake that's like,
Machu Picchu.
I guess so. I don't know, man.
I was so disappointed when I got there.
Yeah, Machu Picchu in South America.
There's like an ancient city up there, right?
It is
Mhm.
an ancient
Yeah.
city. It is the biggest city up there, but there's all these towns on the way there that is like it was a 4 or 5 day hike up and down the Andes. So you got to learn about all the rock where they do the virgin sacrifices and how they build the aqueducts to carry the water and the cleaning rooms and what room was for food prep and what room was for sleeping in all these little towns. And by the time you got to Machu Picchu, it was all, people in white pants and cameras, and we had been walking through rain and mud for 4 days. So it's a disappointment if you see the rest of the civilization ruins.
Mm.
Well, I might as well just fly up there.
What's up, everybody?
So
Hey,
I have
hello.
no idea what you're talking about.
neither do we.
It took forever where I had to go see my daughter because she was in med-tech. So, we'll be out in 8 days, though.
Mm.
Well, that's gotta suck with the tourist thing and stuff in Machu Picchu because those people, they're not getting the authentic experience of exploring the jungle because they probably came up there by a bus or something. If you're explaining that they have white pants.
Yeah, they came by bus, and they're just daytime tourists, and we had done the full trek in sleeping in tents on the side of the mountain. All 9 of us sitting in a little hole. It was
So you
great.
got the
It
full
was-
experience.
Yeah. So
Sounds
by the time
fun.
we got there, we were like, we've seen all this. We knew what all these areas were for, and everybody just arrived after having a nice breakfast and coffee and shower. And so it was a little bit of a disappointment when you walk through all the villages to get to the one main city, which is Machu Picchu.
I feel like
Just look at it this way: they didn't get the full experience, and they probably really didn't learn anything. The only thing that they acquired was souvenirs, such as pictures.
Exactly. I agree with you. I had this trip 15 years ago, and I'll never forget a moment of it. It was really amazing. I've seen a lot of mountains, but the Andes are like somebody just came and squished all these mountains together, so they're really steep and it's as if you can just basically throw a rock to the mountain next to you because they're so close together, but there's like 1,000 feet down. So we would go up and down these mountains twice in a day, and it would be rainy and then hot and then rainy and then hot. It was an amazing experience. So I would never recommend going to Machu Picchu unless you do the trek there, and then it'll be a disappointment. So there you go.
I agree, but I live in the mountains here, in the Smoky Mountains in North Carolina, and I live at the lowest point of the Appalachian Trail, like the last stop up on Moya Bald and whatever. And there's two kinds of tourists in my town. There's the tourists who hike and do all the stuff in different towns and all that stuff, and then there's the rich people who come here and just smear at all the natives, you know, because they think the native people are like below them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like that.
Years old.
Tourists are annoying.
Or is he at the
I
Himalayas?
get I live by what is it called, the Indy 500, and there's a lot of tourists in this area. They just come to see race cars.
That's noisy business.
Very
Oh, you know what's even
Fast
weirder?
business.
There's this new place called Circuits of America that's just got finished construction. It's the first Formula, I think it's the F1 track in America, I think. And so it's just getting really loud because all the cars, and there's like, I don't know, 100,000 people that just go there at once. So it's like
dang.
that many people in one stadium, and then you try to have all these loud ass cars, and the people nearby are just like,
That's the way it is in Commerce, Georgia. They have a NASCAR racetrack there, and I've been there because they have like outlet malls. That's the only thing they have is like outlet malls and like a racetrack. And I can imagine that those people would be annoyed at having to do that. But here, I could show you like 7 waterfalls in like a 30-minute ride. So it's really cool.
Yeah.
I can show you the world.
I'll have to look at the Mount Rainier before it erupts.
Yeah. I went to a NASCAR race once. It was not fun.
Really?
Yeah, after about the first 50 to 100 laps, I was just like, okay, I've seen it. I could leave now, but I couldn't. There were like another 400.
Noise, belly, and there's too many advertisements.
No, it was just boring after a while. It was thrilling. It was thrilling at first. It's like, wow, it's so loud and you're going so fast. But it's the same thing for 3 more hours, and you're just, it's the same. I mean, all sporting events bore me after a while. Like football games, I feel the same way. It's like, oh, it's exciting for like 30 minutes, and then I want to leave because it's just the same thing they just last too long. It's ridiculous.
Why don't you just watch some wrestlers?
What?
WrestleMania. Yeah.
Just watching that. Where
UFC is like one of the few sports I can actually watch and be entertained all the way through.
Honestly,
Because
that's better than like wrestling, because it's like, it's actually really well. It's like wrestling's like, yeah, bruh, we're enemies and shit. And it's like, oh god, that fake ass shit.
oh, like the fake wrestling, yeah.
Yeah, you know, like fake wrestling, you know, like WWE,
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan, like that type of
You mean-
It's
wrestling.
entertaining. It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny sometimes, but it's still.
I mean, it's kind of funny, but it's like, oh my god.
in
It
the
looks so
80s, it was
fake.
definitely funny.
Yeah.
Well, it was better back in the day. Nowadays, it's a lot of crappy gimmicks.
You got people like John Cena, who just like,
Oh yeah, John Cena. The Jamal. He can't wrestle. He can only lift weights. That's all he's good at.
Yeah, professional wrestling's laughable, huh?
Because of a certain old senile person in charge, so.
then you like, yeah. Then they talk about like Hulk Hogan like every so often. It's like, yeah, Hulk Hogan this, Hulk Hogan that. That's like every time I turn on that fucking WWE shit, it like Hulk Hogan is awful. It's like,
I think
shut up.
I just don't like it because I think it encourages violence.
That's funny.
What if it could be an outlet for violence, a
that's
healthy
like an
outlet?
Oh, you're right.
You know, like
You're right.
memes or
My mistake. My mistake.
Oh wait, you forgot about TV shows like Cops and all that.
That makes sense.
Boxing match in Las Vegas, they were selling tickets at the last minute for $350,000, and Beyonce and all these crazy celebrities were there, and whatever. That is just ridiculous. You could buy like 10 houses with that or something. Not 10,
Maybe more.
but yeah. But it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, totally.
It's
Yeah.
pretty much the Coliseums all over again. Except that we're not feeding people to lions.
Right. We're
I-
Yeah,
feeding-
like UFC.
I think
They're good.
$300
Just giving them brain
Honestly, I would start watching it. That would be
I
amazing.
saw the wall
Just like,
Roger Waters, and I paid $300 for the ticket. And I bought it. We bought it a year in advance, and it was just a couple years ago. And he was going only certain places, and it was really cool. He had an HD screen. They built the wall, and then they had an intermission, and then they tore down the wall, and it was awesome. We all
the TV
were in
blows
the
up.
third row, so it's really awesome.
Totally.
Wow.
Man,
I can show you the world.
anything anybody wants to talk about?
There's only two kinds of people.
Uh-oh.
Okay, go ahead. Tell
There's
us.
only two kinds of people.
Sorry.
The people that watch wrestling and the people that watch wrestling. I'm kidding.
Yeah,
No, it's
I'm
people that
kidding.
watch wrestling.
Wow.
People
Wrestling me, man? Are you wrestling?
that-
Ugh.
I'll be wrestling now.
Thunderbird.
It is kind of funny though, like a bunch of guys throwing each other around. I don't
Hey,
know.
hey,
Sounds a little,
Yeah.
maybe.
yep, that would get interesting fast. I would pay attention to it more.
Oh, you like to wrestle? Oh.
Yeah, I like. Yeah.
That's a job.
There was that one South Park episode about wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah. that-
Thinking that high school wrestling looks like gay sex or something.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes.
Like, are you showing
I
us
mean,
gay
what
sex, boy?
How do you think they get to the pros? They have to start in high school. I mean, probably.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
Why could it make it more fair? Make it look like it's not some gay and just a man and a guy. I mean,
Even though they're all in
woman fight.
wrestling, everyone's in a fucking speedo. Jesus.
Yeah, they wear these tight clothes and they
Like
really
bandanas
get a
on.
hold of each other, like some of those grabs.
That's why I think I'll just punch him out. Just
Yeah.
punch.
It's like ballet, but for men. It's like manly ballet.
Oh,
You
jeez.
know?
But back in the the old time Greek days with like the Olympics, there was Greco-Roman wrestling and it was done naked.
yeah, they were naked.
That sounds interesting.
Well, I think
And in
my
the Coliseums,
That was me. I was
whenever they
there.
did wrestling in the Coliseums, they would like
Oh, but then
wrestle until like one of them
didn't
killed
take
each
a
other.
shower back then. So it was like they're all like everyone didn't take a shower back then.
Well, the Romans, whenever like they like to be pretty clean, they had the bathhouses.
Yeah, you're talking
and
about. I thought you were
they
talking
didn't.
about Greeks, not Romans.
Yeah,
So that's
Yeah,
Well,
I know.
the Romans
Sorry.
were done in by their cleanliness, though, because they didn't know that lead was bad. So that's what
Oh
actually
yeah.
messed
Yeah.
with all their stuff. You know?
Sorry about the whole confusing the whole Greek with the
Let's
Roman
be clean,
thing. It's
and then
just,
we die anyway.
I know a lot about the Romans. I just don't know about much about Greeks. But I know that when they did the Olympics, like, you know, they wrestled naked because I don't know. I just learned that from a history book.
Well, the Greeks were more, they are considered more a, people don't believe the history as much because they go straight into the mystical, you know what I mean, like off the bat, so like, it's not pushed as much. You have to like study stuff. Like,
I didn't get the last part of that.
Plato, Socrates, Aristotle, all those.
Yeah, there's a lot of philosophy that came out of Greece.
The Odyssey by Homer, or
Didn't all those guys practice
Oh, yeah.
pederasty too? Weren't they all pretty much pedophiles back then? That was like a normal practice, wasn't it?
Yeah.
well,
Heard.
they definitely had a lot of gay stuff going on, but
They
you know,
did.
that's
No, but it
just
was with kids too. Like that was a normal practice. Is like back then those, you know, philosophers or whatever would like take on a young man, a young impressionable
Young
boy,
apprentice.
and
Oh, God.
lead them up and teach them the ways of the world.
David,
Like
you
that was
get
a thing.
stuff.
Like they literally did it then.
Well,
David,
they
you
also
stop
had like
for a while.
eunuchs. It's like you don't hear much about those kind of people nowadays. People who like can't do any sexual thing. You know, like their equipment don't work. You know, nowadays those kind of people usually become serial killers. They
Wait.
usually stab people with knives.
There was an Andrew.
Wait, what?
As society, for real, they like, for instance, the guy in Sacramento, he was called like the Vampire of Sacramento. He was like a eunuch. He had no working equipment, and so he went and stabbed bunnies and stuff.
No working equipment. I love how you put that.
I guess his way of stabbing was rather metaphorical.
Grass, you need to calm down.
Yeah, very Freudian.
Here.
Freud would love that guy.
Is there something in your cup, Grass? Say,
Oh,
Yeah. Those are passion fruits.
yeah.
Over.
Yeah, I eat cereal out of a cup, so
She has some passion grass right now.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
eat my cereal out of a Cool Whip container.
Oh.
Ew.
Okay.
It's clean.
I mean, it's
What is
not like
that
he's actually.
half cream?
It's not like he's actually like
There's no
eating
whipped cream
old
in there.
food. He's all like cleaned out.
Is that BPA
Cleaned
free?
out.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't
He's
know.
getting, like,
Did you get cancer from that?
Definitely don't want to put it in the microwave.
Hey,
I wouldn't put it in the microwave. I wouldn't recommend that. It might melt or something.
actually,
Yeah.
you can put it for like at like no
I was gonna tell you how to microwave a whipped cream. Go
yeah
ahead.
you can actually.
There's no whipped cream in it. Like,
Yeah.
I clean on a hourly basis. It's my go-to
Yeah.
cereal bowl.
Just don't put it in for 10 minutes. That's like I know this too well. Jesus. Don't put your cool container in for 10 minutes. How do you know this? Big experience, man. It's
Oh man.
I
So
wouldn't even. Who puts whipped cream in a microwave?
me. I
that,
wanted
I
to
usually
know.
don't put
Shit.
whipped cream. Oh wait.
I don't
Yeah,
like.
but why even whip cream? Why don't you just buy cream and whip it? It's so much better.
Because
I
whipping
know.
the cream would be
Because
abuse.
whipping takes too long. I mean,
Dude,
it's like
it's
you
super
have to get
fun.
the
Have you
whip
ever
and it's
not
just-
whipped ice cream?
no, none of us. None of
You
us.
get to lick the whipper afterwards.
None of us have ever whipped whipped cream, probably.
Oh my god.
you get whiplash.
Yeah, I don't want to get whipped last.
Yeah, I don't whip cream or beat eggs. It's rather abusive to the food.
Yeah, it's rather
My
tasty.
husband
is a chef. He's like a high-end chef, and he can make some awesome like pink sauce with tortellinis and stuff. and whip the cream and all that. Oh, that's awesome. Italian.
You can cook for me anytime.
Not me. No, I don't cook at all. Different. He cooks everything.
You need to learn to cook.
No, I know. I'm not very good at it. I think it's a left hand, or I'm ambidextrous, and I get like confused and stuff, and I don't know.
Oh my
I
god.
would cut my fingers when I use knives and stuff, so it's not a good idea.
Wow.
I only cook when there's like other people in my vicinity. Usually when I cook something for myself, I just grab a pack of ramen. But if there's like multiple people and they want food or something, I'll cook a 3-course meal.
I haven't had ramen in like 6 years. Sad.
Or a cereal.
Like if you
or
go
a
to
Pop-Tart.
school, you can just, all you have to do is just
around here
click
because I live in a tourist town, so our grocery prices are jacked up, and we have to go to food bank once a month to just have enough food. I mean, that's just real.
How's the stereotype?
So guys, I have to bail.
Bailey.
Yeah, sorry. Do you guys want to keep it up? Do you want me to keep the thing up? Do you guys want to keep talking, or what's up? We can keep. Logic
I think
Church can stay up.
anybody who joins next time has to have a topic.
Oh.
Yeah, when's the next Logic Church? Sunday?
Yeah,
Next
maybe.
Sunday?
Yeah, on Sunday.
Talk about quantum physics.
Okay. All right. So thank you guys for coming. It was
Thank
awesome.
you.
Awesome talking to you guys.
Great.
Yeah.
See ya. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.